Hello and welcome to another episode of Touchline Fracas. I'm joined this week by one familiar face and a newcomer, rookie of the year, some may say. I'll leave that up to you. Go around and introduce them. Khalil of Touchy Gooners. Welcome. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing really well. Thank you for having me. I don't know if I can be a rookie in my late 20s, but I'll take it.
Yeah. It's not about the age. It's about your introduction to the family.
This is a Ben Simmons rookie of the year, isn't it?
You already played a full season and you're still making rookie. We ain't got too many rookies in the network at this point. We're pretty much a team of vets, so you kind of didn't have any competition, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So you just take it, man.
Yeah, I'll
take it. Run with it. Yeah. Especially on that pod, because they're a lot older than you.
Proper uncles on there, man.
Yeah, real dad's army sort of pod. So, you know, you're bringing the energy. We're loving it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, good to have you. Have you listened to the main pod before?
Yeah, of course. Been a long-term listener. And then obviously with the side pods as well, I'll listen to gain intel on my enemies and then spin the block later. But yeah, nah.
Okay, cool. I think we'll like you. You do well here. Welcome.
Appreciate it.
Disu, what are you saying, my good brother?
I'm good. I just saw, I'm just on Instagram. I saw the video of Elise. Sky Sports got the video of Elise doing Casemiro, yeah? And it's just in HD. The way Casemiro just slid across.
Is it the 4-0?
Yeah. The way he just slid across this.
Like the FIFA slide tackle.
Oh, like the picture made of
He's
ice.
He's like a bobsleigh.
Yeah, the picture's made of ice.
Yeah, but I'm good, man.
Yeah, a week off for Manchester United. Do you use it well?
Do you know what? I actually missed the Premier League because I just got into it. Yeah. Not Manchester United. Like I missed the Premier League.
Of the league.
Yeah,
itself.
just enjoying regular football outside of the realization of how much I despise everything about the institution of Manchester United.
Right.
From the roof up all the way down. Do you know what I'm saying? But
the leaky roof up.
Yeah. Man, not even at roofs, cuz.
Fair enough, man. Obviously, this week is international football, so I know that's you guys' favourite time of the year. 3 weeks into the league season, just throw them out of their environment and their happy
Even though they started the season, the same schedule, even with a short pre-season, a short holiday, because they played international football.
It's insane.
We're going to give them international friendlies. Man, not playing Moldova and that. Come on, man.
Would you, so if it was down to you guys, would you maybe add these games that they're playing in October at the end of the season? Or would you just say maybe another international break during the season's a bit longer and instead of having to have this week?
Yeah, I think kind of having it in a truncated time period. So maybe like December, January, it's just internationals. Yeah. And maybe that might be better for the players and the coaches. They have more time to give us on whatnot, rather than consistent, like after 3 match weeks, or just reduce the amount of games. Reduce the amount of games. Do something. Is generally absurd.
Agreed. Cool. Let's get into it though, because obviously this is the start of a potentially new era. Interim coach Lee Carsley, good stock. He's managed under 21s. He's won a couple of them, the Euros, and he's come in and he made some waves with his first squad. Saw Angel Gomez from Lille make the squad. Morgan Gibbs-White from Nottingham Forest make the squad too. Harry Maguire back in the mixer. Maddison dropped. We'll speak on that. Yesterday,
was he dropped or was he not picked?
Dropped.
Was he a mainstay like that? He had to basically beg to get into the last World Cup squad.
Maybe you don't fancy him either. I guess he didn't make the Euro squad, so you're right. Just not picked. I think you're right.
England are blessed with all these fantastic tens like Jack Grealish, who does nothing, and Bellingham and Foden, who do nothing.
We'll speak on it, obviously. So this was a bit of a home countries derby, right? You got England versus the Republic of Ireland. You had a bit more spice because...
Would you call it home countries? I don't think them man are really...
But aren't they considered those kind of like...
I'm not sure.
Well, they man not rocking with it.
Yeah, the man ain't fucking with that, bro. They said the beard of that type of everything. It's like, they might keep a G, bro. They make it know that, nah,
fam. Me say forever sort of thing.
Yeah.
With the Anglo-Saxon version of it. Guards and me say forever.
Guards and me say me lord.
So whatever their version of it is, but there was a bit of bad blood because you obviously have like the Declan Rices and the Jack Grealishes.
And they crashed on.
The Declan Rice and the Jack Grealishes, where when they were like kind of decently rated young players, they played for the Republic of Ireland, came up through their youth ranks, and then the minute they got to the senior game and they were actually looked at as top talents, there's like, hold on.
No, I'm not gonna lie, I think it's disgusting.
I was born in Birmingham. I was born in
disgusting.
Birmingham. My grandma's Irish, but I was born in Birmingham. I'm going to play for England.
It's disgusting though.
Really? Do you think so?
I think it's proper disgusting.
Is it?
I think it's disgusting.
Maybe they had a spiritual realization at age 23 that they wanted to play for England after all.
Spiritualization. There's nothing spiritual about England, brother. Bro, they got Declan Rice used to say it. Declan Rice, like they got him in comments saying up the rah and all that type of stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah,
That was crazy.
kissing the Irish badge and that, which is understandable. That's your country, innit? But I don't know. I think all these men that play for other countries are I think it's nasty. I think it's despicable. Personally.
Really?
I think, yeah, I do think it's
So,
despicable.
are you of the opinion that
Especially
they should have never played for Ireland, or they should have never switched?
Oh, I think they should have never. I think they should never switch.
Once you play for
and
Ireland,
then
that's it.
I think in certain countries, I think the dynamic is different, innit? Because like I don't know, if you're like from, I don't know, the Philippines, yeah, for example, just picking around the country,
Yeah.
and then you grew up in Spain. I'm not sure if Spain ever, because none of these colonizers, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they reached them sides, but if you want to play for Spain, you born and bred in Spain, maybe your mum's half Spanish, but cool. But when the dynamic is what the country you're repping, you used to violate the country that you're really from, I think it's nasty work. I personally do. And you're doing it because of notoriety, monetary gain, more likely to win competitions, which is understandable.
Yeah, in a career.
Yeah, in the career, which at the end of the day, people are judged by what they do.
Yeah.
But I do feel like there's a certain baseline of integrity that men and people must have.
Oh, wow. So we're saying you don't think them two? I don't really think you're standing on business.
Yeah, I don't. I think playing for the colonizers is nasty work for all of them. Bukayo, Eberechi, Eze, every single one of them. I think it's nasty work.
Fair enough.
All like Trent and them, man, I think is a bit different because I know with the Caribbeans that came in 40s, 50s, so they're more assimilated to culture. But when you're like a second gen and that, the mum still went Ngeli and that,
It's a lot.
it's nasty work, fam.
Khalil, where are you at with it?
Hey, people got shared heritage in it, so sometimes one day I wake up feeling Nigerian, next day I wake up feeling English. What did what's his name, the FIFA president, say? Today I'm Italian. Today I'm Qatari. Today I'm gay. And like, one day you wake up feeling more.
How do you feel English? What does that mean?
I wake up feeling I want to have a full breakfast in it, and then
That just sounds like you feel hungry.
Bangers and
That
mash.
just sounds like you feel hungry.
I wake up and I'm hungry.
now what I will say on this issue is I get what you're saying, but sometimes federations do like to manipulate players, and what I say that is if you're a larger nation and you know that there's a player out there that has potential to play for you, they'll try and cap them early just to make sure that they can't play for another team.
100.
And sometimes you can have players who can really feel as if I can play for team A or team B, and team A comes along and promises them, oh yeah, we're going to give you a pathway, and then don't give it. So I can kind of see both sides where maybe obviously with Declan Rice that was a crazy situation. You can't be saying up the RA and then turning up belting out God Save the Queen a few years later. But
It's crazy.
It's not
That's actually
straightforward.
nasty work we deep it.
I just saw something, yeah. So it was Declan Rice's goal, and a guy was quote tweeted it and says, "Is he mad? This is what I'd do if I scored against Somalia." And that's when Pedro Neto did like 7 celebrations.
Why did Pedro Neto do that?
He doesn't score enough, so he was just feel like he had to get
That reminds me of the old FIFA.
7 goals worth of
That reminds me of the old
celebrations
FIFA
now.
where you could run around for bare long and just hit bare buttons. Like,
Yeah.
it was like just playing like dance guitar. Like I was just pressing bare buttons and that. Come on, man.
I hear it, man. So
Doing the. Oh my bad, I didn't mean to. Brother, are you crazy?
calm.
You know what's funny?
Jack Grealish hit them with the big fist with the Sharukin.
I was expecting Rice to do that as well. That's what makes it funny.
No, Rice-
Because at that point, like
He's not that kind of lad,
He's
though.
not kind of guy. He's
the
a good
guy,
youth
no,
still.
as in, I was expecting Declan Rice not to celebrate because but I thought, what's the point? The guy's been cast. You've already done the crime of switching over. Like you not celebrating is not going to make these guys turn around.
Dirty
and cry and
finished
say,
as well.
Oh yeah, sick finish. But like you not celebrating is not somehow going to lessen the damage because the damage has been done. That's
They
why
were
I
booing
thought
the hell out of him. As
exactly.
well, man.
Just go and celebrate and do what you need to do in it.
The lads would probably respect that more as well, as long as they don't run into you.
yeah, because Jack Grealish
Yeah,
didn't care.
they run into you. It's a bit.
No,
dumb.
they ain't respecting that at all.
Huh? They're
Is
respecting
it-
nah, man.
No,
Why
they-
they're not respecting you in a karma thing.
They don't, but
They don't respect. If
No,
they're
but
not
I'm
respecting the
telling
karma
you.
thing-
Did you see the vet? Because one of my good friends from school, yeah, he went to the Arsenal City game when Adebayo did a celebration.
Yeah.
He was arguing with me. I was like, bro, you men have to hold that. You men are dissing all game.
Yeah.
He's like, he's just, you don't understand. When he celebrated, the venom in the fans, like I actually thought they were gonna come on the pitch and be like, they were so living it in the sense. It wasn't like that. They're not gonna respect it. Like even when Suarez scored, like Liverpool fans biting people, no issue. Racism, no issue.
Yeah.
Wait, you celebrated against us? I thought you were
Yeah,
alright.
it's
celebrate
over.
again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for Barca, yeah.
in the Champions League.
Yeah, that's why they hate it. That's why they hate it.
They hate him now.
Yeah.
Is that when afterwards Jamie Carragher said apologies, I got it massively wrong, or did he say it before?
No,
that?
no, no.
Morayo, can you just behave? I feel like you're goading me to speak.
No, not at all, brother. Not at all,
Fans, you
brother.
understand?
Not at all, brother. Not at all, brother.
Ish.
Cool. Let's talk a bit about the game. Obviously, with Lee Carsley, something that's been really heralded is how well the under-21 team plays football. He's got a lot of technicians in central midfield areas. Angel Gomez, Curtis Jones has done really well. Obviously, the aforementioned Morgan Gibbs-White. And one of the big detractions against Gareth Southgate was the lack of fluidity in his England team relative to the amount of talent that he had in the team. What did you guys think of what you saw yesterday?
Yeah, I think it was just a cohesive first half. Second half, there was a bit of a drop-off. But to your point on Southgate, I think towards the end as well, he'd even have a discernible style of play at the Euros because he seemed to be caught between a number of different things. Like he'd play a mid-block, but then sometimes he'd want to drop off and then not be able to have guys on the pitch that can stretch the pitch. So obviously you had the situation where Kane and Foden, all these like fake number 10s are all kind of hanging around. So we couldn't really do anything particularly well in that last Euro. So seeing Carsley come in and do, in my opinion, just quite simple adjustments, you can see like already a huge difference. Now again, Ireland aren't all that, but even having someone like Trent do what Trent does, it's very simple to have Trent sort of pick up the ball in deeper areas and play, in behind to guys with pace like Gordon and stuff. Things that Southgate thought was somehow impossible because you really had guys saying that Trent Alexander-Arnold could not play international football, which I find like ridiculous. Yeah. But yeah, first half, it was very sort of, I think it was kind of right hand side biased a little, but in a good way. So you saw a lot of combination happening between Saka and Rice, and obviously there were times when I've referenced Trent getting on the ball, playing it short, and then playing it long. Rice and Kobbie Mainoo played really well together, which again we didn't see that at the Euros. They looked like two kind of lost strangers at times.
No, one person looked lost. I won't.
No, because you man was saying that Kobbie Mainoo was holding people's hands, and yesterday it looked like Rice was the one running the midfield. But we'll get into that some more.
Oh, anyway. So the older player finally replaced the favour in a Nations League game. But when it was a tournament time, it was a young boy that changed the settings.
Hey, we can run back the tape and see what you said about Declan Rice. You said he had a good tournament.
No, I never said that in my life.
You didn't say that Rice had a good tournament?
Not at all.
You definitely said he had good performances in the tournament.
Yeah, I did. There was seven games. He played good in like 2 games.
He wasn't having his hand held.
No, I don't. Where's my son? I'll speak on that.
Which is a certain assertion which people like to make on Declan
No,
Rice.
I'll speak on it.
Hey, I'm here.
I'll speak on it right now.
Listen, I'm here.
I'll speak on it right now. I'll speak on it. Now you brought it to my attention. I came today to praise Declan Rice.
And you were excellent.
Now I have to up it. Now I have to up it on him.
No. Listen.
Now I have to up it on him. Because all of them are doing it. It's like they have the group chat. Okay, cool. This is the
narrative.
This is the narrative.
I know they said Khalil as like the soldier, like
no, because
make sure you protect this agenda.
Yemi said it. Coog said it.
Yeah, German
said it.
Yeah.
Said what?
Same thing. Oh, it looks like Rice was holding his hand. Are you not ashamed?
This is
the truth. 100 million midfielder.
This is a TG press release, and they said Khalil to push the narrative. Come yourself.
Yeah.
He said it, Khalil.
I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to talk about what was said in the group chat. All I'm saying is that Declan Rice needs more respect on his name when it comes to international performances for England. Because when you look at some of his peers that came before him.
Why do you
because when you look at his peers before him, like Cayman didn't do as much.
You have to give us some context.
Listen, so remember certain Paul Scholes saying some things about our midfielders need to be able to do X, Y, and Z, and Paul Scholes was doing left wing shifts way back in the day, and then retiring early and throwing his
misuse of the manager.
Wait.
So there is managerial capability or culpability in this, is the point.
Khalil.
So it's shared, isn't it?
No, we're talking about. Hold on. Go ahead. So what's your Scholes point specifically relative to Declan Rice?
I think Declan Rice gets a crazy amount of heat for his deficiencies, which I think are overplayed at times, and also the coaches that he had internationally at times did not necessarily play to his strengths. So when you have Kobbie Mainoo in there, the narrative that was put out was now, Kobbie Mainoo is the person who does the progressive passing and Declan Rice is just running around doing nothing, which to me is not representative of what happened yesterday.
Is that the narrative? Maybe some blackies on Twitter say this, but I want to go to Paul Scholes' point. You know that on your debut appearance on Touchline Fracas, you have brought the name of Paul Scholes in defense of Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, on the list of football crimes, how high that is?
Why is it a crime? I'm struggling to understand here. Because Rice has done more for England than Scholes could ever have dreamed of.
Why? But what's Rice done for England?
Because Rice has played as a central midfielder. Team that's
so Rice was there when the team got far.
Rice was the key central midfielder
In which tournament?
in the last tournament.
What which be specific to tournaments? Because
Did we not have a Euros?
Okay, because I'll enter my phone because I got the machine start. Yeah, when the touchy gooners were flogging Declan Rice because he was playing dead in that tournament.
Which tournament?
2021. 2020.
Oh yeah, he was crap.
So don't talk last tournament, because the only game he actually played pretty good was 30 minutes in the final, and then Italy slapped it on England until he left. That is a fact. Number 2, Calvin Phillips outplayed him in the tournament. That's why bare Arsenal fans, including 90% of touchy gooners, did not rate Declan Rice until Arsenal links, and I've got the tapes to show it. So if I was you, I'll be guided. Now this tournament, I'll go through the games. First game, Serbia. I actually think he was England's best player.
Yeah.
Decent performance. Mm-hmm. The second game, Denmark. Absolutely pathetic.
Team was pathetic, but yeah, carry on.
No, we're talking individual performances. Don't talk about team. We're talking individual performances.
All right. It was good. It was good.
Don't do that. The third game, who did they play the third game? Slow one of this.
Slovenia, Slovakia, one of them things. I can't even remember.
Dead. The next game, first half dead. Second half, he was the only one that in the midfield that was acting like a man. So I give him for rising it in the second.
Wait, who else was in midfield? Remind me.
It was Bellingham. Maino was good as he came off. You know they take Maino off for the first time. When Maino came off and England were losing, he was the only one still doing stuff. Everybody else was ghost. Then the quarterfinal. Who did England play the quarterfinal again?
Ooh. Switzerland.
Dead.
Was he?
Dead. Semi-final, Holland.
He played the progressive pass for the winning goal. Ollie Watkins slotted. Hey, I can pull up the tapes.
I mean, we saw Ollie Watkins.
There we go. Final?
Oh, he wasn't good in the final.
Okay. And the thing is, all the Arsenal Gunners, they were all rating every Kobe Mano performance to the final. I find it very ironic and telling that the first time they've said that Declan Rice is holding Kobe Mano's hands is in the first international of the new season away to Ireland in the Nations League.
But they weren't saying that just then, though.
Huh?
They also said it in the Euros for that last 60 knockout game.
No, they did not. They did not. And everybody on social media, everybody watching, was rating the performances of Kobe Mano. Not even because he wasn't doing progressive passes, the fact that he was willing to go receive the ball. England played good yesterday. I think Rice was the best player because guess what? Carsey has a brain. He moved Rice away from build-up. And Rice was able to beat them. Yes, he was. Was it? Rice was further forward. It was Trent and Mano because it makes more sense for Trent to invert from right back instead of putting him in the midfield.
But Rice was in a pivot though. It wasn't like he was just playing.
Pivot, but he also moved forward, and that's why he was super dynamic because he was driving forward. He was getting to the final third on the left and the right hand. So I thought he was brilliant. And a few times he was able to turn Ireland over. There were certain passes he was doing where he was hitting it first time. Like I thought that was a brilliant performance from Rice from every facet. Scored a goal, even without the goal assist, he was generally excellent. And he was good. I think the box-to-box thing is better for him than being the 6, especially the way England used to play. Yeah. And the reason why I think he played better when Mano was there because he actually had a competent partner. Because first he had Trent didn't know what he was doing. Yeah. Then they brought on Galadog, which I don't know what that was about. Yeah. Man's going around the pitch.
That was terrible.
Yeah,
that's really.
And then just having Mano there, and I think there's some games they played all right, some games Declan Rice didn't play as well. But I don't fully blame Declan Rice for his England because I generally think England are a very dead team, and if you're a midfielder, there's so little to hit outside of Saka. Yeah. Saka's the only thing you can hit. So, but to bring up Paul Scholes, yeah. I think when all these men are talking about all these other players saying, like they didn't do success, they weren't as successful as this England team. Yeah, I agree. But the difference between this England team and those England team is that those other England teams just bucked the levels teams quicker than England. Because every time England bucks a levels team, they lose. They went life and death with Slovenia, or was it Slovakia? One of the.
I think it's Slovakia.
They played both anyway. Yeah, they played both. They went life and death with both teams effectively. Life and death was Switzerland. Got past Holland. Are we going to be rating a Holland team? How many top players in the Holland team?
1.
Word to Heady. Word to Heady. They've got dope centre backs, no midfielders, no forwards. Okay, cool. And then they buck Spain in the final, and they get clapped. The previous tournament, 6 of the 7 games were at home. England struggled through the group with I think it was maybe Croatia, Scotland, and another team.
Czech Republic.
No, Czech Republic, yeah. They beat Ukraine, who everybody beats Ukraine.
Beat Germany. A very washed German side, but that's a W. Life and death with Denmark. Then finally play a top team, because all the top teams are outside of the draw. Finally play Italy in their home stadium, and they defended for 118 minutes. I went through the penalties. The World Cup that England got to the semi-final. In the group, they had Belgium in the group, lost the final group game to Belgium. Penalties with Colombia. Then, is it Sweden they beat in the quarterfinals? But Croatia in the semis. Get taught a football lesson. Then, but Belgium on the fourth place game, lose again. So, I think some social media brother did England against the top 10. They generally tend to lose. It's the same thing as other England team. The only difference is, we'll buck Portugal in the quarterfinals. We'll buck Brazil in the quarterfinals. I think they bucked Portugal twice. We bucked France. That's really the only real difference from the golden generation, this team. Like, and these men aren't accomplished. These men we're talking about, the Declan Rices, the Harry Kanes. Like, what have these men got on their CV compared to Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes, Rooney, Terry, Ashley Cole, Sol Campbell, Rio Ferdinand? These are legit all-time greats. How many all-time greats is in this team? Harry Kane might have a chance. You know, probably going to tell us Saka and Declan Rice probably all-time greats already to these men. But like, I don't like that talk that you lot tried to run just to defend Declan Rice. Like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Let the performances speak. You didn't have to do that for Saka. So what I heard was Declan Rice was man of the match yesterday.
Yes.
And then the reason why I brought up Scholes in particular, because he was making specific comments which were directed to Declan Rice. So in that particular case,
analysts about the crime.
Yeah, why can't you clap back? Why is that suddenly just off limits that you cannot say absolutely anything to a guy who was a great player in his time? No. I don't find that.
No. But the thing, what you guys do is you guys clap back at comments you had before he signed for you, comments you still had when you were going through a rust spell in December, yeah, and then you just pretend that we can't see them either. Like, you want us to pretend that we can't see it. We can. We can see it, bro.
So, to summarise, Declan Rice wasn't holding Kobe Mainoo's hand. He was holding Kobe Mainoo's hand.
Well, yes, no, he wasn't holding his. He played better. Right. When somebody says holding somebody's hand, that means that they are doing their job to a degree. Correct? Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah.
Do you think Declan Rice was doing Kobe Mainoo's job yesterday? Honestly. You don't think so?
Let me talk to my lawyers on that one. But I think Kobe Mainoo did play well yesterday. I think Declan Rice was the best midfielder on the pitch.
For sure.
I think that there are, again, critiques of Declan Rice's game, which are valid. However, the extent at which they get amplified, I think there are contemporaries in the game that have similar deficiencies or even not even consistent performances and don't get highlighted as much. So, perfect example I was going to bring up was Tchouameni for Real Madrid. Because he's got the Real Madrid stardust, no one really talks about the fact that he can have passenger games.
It's not just that.
So you want Paul Scholes and then man to talk about
No. I'm not relating that to
because the English media.
I'm more talking about critique about Declan Rice as an individual.
Declan Rice has been overrated from get. So this is why I don't like. Maybe for us football fans online, and then because the expectation for England is now higher, they will actually even force to criticise the England players. Like Scholes, he's different. He'll criticise anyone. He don't give a shit. But like all year around, they were tiptoeing around the conversation, and they weren't really talking about Declan Rice too tough. They were talking about other players. They were trying not to criticise Trent. They were trying not to criticise Foden. Trying not to criticise Jude. The only person they really criticised was Kane. But to imply that the world is super harsh with Declan Rice, I think is quite laughable, because I think the way Declan Rice plays and the hype he gets, to me, is insane. A lot of people have Declan Rice as a world-class player and a top 10 player.
A lot of people would say that, because it seems like you're saying Arsenal fans would say that. But if you ask Chelsea fans, they wouldn't say it. If you ask United fans, I don't think they would say it.
No, I'm talking about England. I'm not talking about our network of black London fans that we watch the game quite. I'm talking about the wider audience. Declan Rice is rated, bro.
Okay.
No, come on, man.
I think he is.
Yeah, Declan Rice is rated. Well. And then when his head gets slapped...
Did you finish your point?
No, I did. I was just sort of getting the clarification as to what he's referring to.
Yeah, but
I think
Rice was
we're looking at different audiences for...
But yesterday, Rice was cold yesterday. And I think what helped in terms of back to the performance, obviously we had a little sidetrack. He tried to get us some touchy Guna propaganda. We're not having that here, yeah? But jokes aside, it was interesting because the ball was moved quicker.
Yeah.
Players were moving. So you see Declan Rice pop up in the right channel. You see him pop up in the left channel. Grealish is moving everywhere. Saka's come off the touchline. We're seeing multiple runs from Saka and Gordon in behind the striker. Do you get what I'm saying? And then Colwell might make it 3 centre backs. We saw Trent inverting and playing alongside Kobe Mainoo when allowing Declan Rice to move up. You get what I'm saying? So that was interesting to see, and that's one of the best England performances I've seen. And they had a couple moves. Even Grealish's goal was a brilliant move. I think Rice gave it to Mainoo, Mainoo to Rice, and all the weighting of the that's where these man's quality shows, where the weighting of every pass was on point. Shows that they've got the quality to do it, but I think instructions isn't really there. I was disappointed in Grealish and Kane, and Gordon. Gordon is just execution. Grealish and Kane more for impact, because I don't think they're really doing anything.
Were you surprised that Grealish started? Because I was very surprised.
I was surprised he started at 10. I think that's an absolute disgrace. I don't think he's done anything to start. And if you're not going to have Madison in the squad, and Foden's not, and I'm assuming Foden's not in the squad, is he?
No, he pulled out.
Bellingham's injured. You've brought in Gibbs White, so I would have liked to see Gibbs White play. But yeah, Grealish wasn't doing anything, keeping the ball, buying free kicks, but he did get a very, very brilliant finish. But that move was pretty much most about Declan Rice's 1-2s with Saka and Mainoo. But yeah, the second half wasn't as good.
What changed in the second half?
And I think Ireland got back into the game a bit.
Yeah.
But I think also sometimes teams have momentum, but I don't think England did enough to wrestle the momentum back. Also, I personally think that Pickford and Maguire are a big problem with England playing out from the back, especially Maguire. The position Maguire takes up, I feel like I'm the only one noticing it. Because usually when you see people play out from the back, the centre backs are split.
Yeah.
Like let's say, so who was playing? Gahey will be on the right, who I think had a good game.
Yeah.
Gahey will play on the right hand side of the box, but Maguire will be like in the middle. And then Pickford is telling him to move out because Pickford's trying to step into
that
space to enable, and even a couple of times Trent and Demon had to tell Pickford to come out. But when England building from the back, like Maguire, he's just always just too close.
What do you think that stems from, though? Do you think that's a fear of going too far from the
I don't think it's just I think it's how he plays. And even on the ball, I think he just takes too long.
Yeah.
Like even if you're thinking nothing's on, just give it. I think Trent was doing that a bit, and it was annoying me. But I can allow to Trent because Trent's looking to see if I could do a match.
Do you not think that's instruction, though? Because I feel as if Carson did do that a little bit with the under-21s, where his centre-backs would hold on to the ball a little to press.
But Maguire does that all the time. I'm talking about when there's clear options where you could give. Maguire will take too long to do it. I think Trent went a bit spam happy second half, but some of the passes he played were just the pass to Gordon.
He loves it though. He loves the spam.
The pass to Gordon was just ridiculous. Bro.
Yeah.
He loves how I think he's in love with his own passes.
He actually is, and he did overdo it a few times.
Yeah.
But he maybe he could cut it out a bit, but it is a weapon. And when you have Gordon,
man of the match actually. Huh? They gave him man of the match.
Did they?
Yeah.
I missed that.
That's
completely.
absolute farce.
Yeah.
Not what Declan Rice was putting out. That's a farce. But yeah, it was good to see. I like the subs. I wanted to see Gomez is so funny. Somebody said he looked like a Pro Clubs character because he's so small.
It was crazy how relatively small he is compared to everybody.
But even
Kit looks a bit big on him and everything.
Yeah. No.
But it was, to me, those three coming on was like indicative of the quality England have.
Yeah.
I bring in Eze, Gibbs White, and Gomez off the bench casually just to get some. Damn, here you go.
And the thing is, they're probably better than the players. Gomez is probably better than Mainoo.
Yeah.
Morgan's is right as a 10. It's better than Grealish.
Yeah.
And Eze is definitely better than Gordon.
Yeah, right.
But these are all quality players. Even though he won't really do much, but like it was good for people to see Gomez, the type of player he is, like how quick he does stuff.
He passes it and he moves to receive, and he passes and he moves to receive.
And it's funny because I searched his name to see what people like the temperature, and then some people are like, oh yeah, I like Gomez at my club, and I just find it so funny because when other people were saying it was good, they were saying, oh, he's too small. I'm like, yeah, he's always been too small.
But this is why it's good to have someone like Carsley as manager, then, because there's immediately people look to like his physique and just condemn him to not being able to play midfield when. At least you've got a coach now who, in theory, is able to do that. And it's interesting because I know his contract situation means he's going to be up at the end of the season. So
Lil's running out.
Yeah, I think they put an offer on the table. He hasn't signed it. So as far as I'm aware, there's going to be Premier League clubs circling. So it'll be interesting to see his development because I know he was hyped for a while.
Yeah, so interesting because he was very highly rated in our academy. Probably the same height he is now, to be honest. And so he got like a debut really young with Jose Mourinho. And then he played a little bit in the Europa League on the Ollie. But whenever he'd get those like cameos, he'd always look good. it's kind of like similar to Ahmad. They'd get these cameos and they'd actually look good, but it wouldn't be like part of a plan of progressing. Like, this season they get cameos, next season they get a few starts, and then by the third season they're a regular. It was kind of like, oh, I'm just giving him a run out for the sake of giving him a
politics, man. At that time we still had Lingard, Mata, all these people who you clearly know that they probably ain't good at this. Yeah, but they're getting paid a certain wage. They're gonna have expectations to play. But certain clubs has got to be. And that's why I like the NFL. They don't, bro. If a young player's coming through and he's even 90% of your production, you are gone. What, we're paying you 12 M a year and this brother's on 500 bags? No point. Get out of here, bro.
Economics, right?
Yeah. And especially the difference with Gomez is also homegrown. So obviously that's good for the homegrown issue, but the fact that he's a homegrown player...
It should mean more.
Yeah, it does mean more. Do you know what I'm saying? It literally does mean more. And the fans resonate with him as well from all aspects. Right. He's more likely to stay longer because he's come through the academy. Yeah. He's from the city, so on and so forth. Yeah. So even for us as on a personal level, like when we were saying that he should play and our fans were like, oh, he's too small, same when they said of Ahmad, now they're counting for these players.
Yeah. Because the lack of quality is staggering, right? But I'm happy for him because there's a United stench, and who knows where his career would be now if he tried to like make it work and hung around and signed another contract, and they give him a shitty loan. You know, he got a season in Portugal and he's had 2 seasons now in France, and now he looks like a real proper player who's comfortable at the top level, and he's probably going to be looking for a team higher level than Lille, so probably like a Champions League regular, or like if it's not Champions League, Europa League every single season. And he'll have options. He'll have options on the continent, Italy, Spain, maybe even higher level in France, and you have some teams here looking at him as well. So I think like it makes sense for me from Carsley's perspective, because even though there's an established kind of squad, you're going to put a couple of your boys in as well.
Yeah, definitely.
A couple of your young G's. Yeah. All right, let's talk about Harry Kane. Obviously, didn't have the best Euros. The numbers in Germany have been what we expect from Harry Kane, pretty much a goal a game. But again, a kind of another disappointing outing. It's hard to have this discussion because of the numbers and who he is and his legacy, his legend. Where do you feel England are at now with Harry Kane as a player?
I'm scared. Well, actually, I won't say I'm scared because I'm not too fussed regarding England winning or losing.
It depends what day you wake up.
It depends, exactly. It depends what day. Today I don't feel English. If you're an England fan, I think you should be concerned, because I've seen the quotes that he was talking about. He wants to be like Messi or Ronaldo and play till he's 40. And the implication behind that is playing until international football until a very high age, when potentially there could be other guys coming through who may be better suited to the talent around them. I think what made me laugh yesterday was, I think soon after Trent played that long pass through to Gordon, you could see Harry Kane thinking, I need to play a long pass. He went and got it deep and then played it through again to Gordon. It's like, bro, we don't need you to do this. We don't need you to do this. We don't need you to do this. Just go and goal hang. You're an excellent finisher. You've scored countless amount of goals. Yeah. We don't need you to be this quarterback guy. Yeah. And when you see already, he was never the most, physically, athletically blessed, but he had other attributes. But it even seems he's regressed from that. And then you see sort of his lack of influence in the box is very concerning. Right. I think if you can get another profile in to at least provide an alternative, like we saw Watkins against Netherlands, that goal.
Don't even mention that guy's name, man. That guy's killed my fantasy.
He started this. Watkins is a great mention, a great profile. I think you could even argue that England have a glut of talent in those wide forwardy sort of
too much talent
in those roles, and actually you just need a striker. I don't need you to put up Harry Kane numbers.
Exactly.
I need us to have again
all across.
Like
the 10s. The nut and the left, the right. And the thing is, all that man can clap. From Palmer to Foden to Jude to Sachs to Eze.
Yeah, so we don't need necessarily Harry Kane for his numbers anymore. We need a striker who's going to occupy your centre-backs and is actually going to facilitate those guys. So if it ends up being a Watkins, who won't obviously score like Kane, but he gives the centre-backs a bad day.
This is the thing.
He's going to run all day, he's going to tussle all day. A conversation has to be had, I think.
Even Solanke, he's obviously, Tony has ruled himself out now.
Yeah.
Tony. Yeah, bless him. Smart move. My colleagues are arguing with you. I was speaking about it. And they're like, he's probably like, what's the point? You're a millionaire. I was like, bro.
Flight's on me, man. That's what you said. Yeah. Flight's on me. That's the reason why.
People don't get it, man.
I said, Tony's probably earning like 2 million a year. He's like, but that's a lot of money. Like, what's the point? I said, 2 to 17 is a very big number. Like,
and he played,
it's a big number, bro.
He played lower league football up until really recently, and he never signed a big contract at Brentford
it's not
either.
Like he's been earning like all these other man. Like, this is generational money, bro. 17, child, please, bro. Yeah. Champions League.
Apparently, almost as much as a mil a week with bonuses, So if he's bagging at a decent rate, like this is all tax free.
Tax-free.
This is trickle-down economics. I'm expecting to eat from this week. I'm some way, somehow, some money is getting into my pocket based on Tony going to Saudi.
And he can bring all the lifestyle there. He can fly me. He told you, flights on me. And that flights on me wasn't for them lot. It's for, you know what I'm saying?
So people know people know he was talking to.
Yeah, flights on me. Just hit the IAG. You know what I mean?
Drink with his straw.
Flights on me.
Tony, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. So I think it's an interesting position to be in because these sort of players are so difficult to manage, right?
Yeah.
Because of their standing within the squad, in the country.
He's record scorer, he's captain, so you got all those politics around.
You don't get, they're difficult to get rid of, right? You could argue that Ronaldo stopped being relevant for Portugal like half a decade ago. You will have to drag him out of being available for Portugal with your bare hands. He will never go.
Especially,
he will never go.
It's not like they got like somebody else who's...
Yeah, Goncalo Ramos isn't necessarily it. So there isn't like a clear successor. And I don't know if there's necessarily a clear successor to Harry Kane yet. But he'll keep making squads if he's going to keep bagging a goal again in Germany.
And when you've got the quality to win tournaments as well, that's what's going to keep them on even longer because there's always that small chance of maybe I get my hands on a major trophy, especially someone like Kane who hasn't.
It's up to like Carsley, whoever the next manager is, and also the FA to not put him under pressure to play these. Like, do you man want to win or not? Because even the last tournament, like, I don't think England could not be expecting to get the Jesus Christ draw every time. Because by the law of averages, they're going to be in a draw where they're going to have to buck France, Spain, Germany, Italy. And Harry Kane, at certain times, like the first couple games when I was defending him because he's not really getting chances. But then I clocked that, yo, Saka's firing it into you. Your touch is baggy.
Yeah.
Can't happen. Saka's hitting byline.
Yeah.
I know I'm saying the same player because the other youths weren't doing shit.
Yeah.
Saka's hitting byline, cutting it back. Nobody's about.
Right.
Because you're too busy trying to do you touch, I touch. My bro, your body's finished. Yeah? Get into the box.
Yeah.
Because you could finish with some of the best of all time.
Yeah.
Get into the box. You have so many players that can feed you. So if England actually use their brains and actually start playing the likes of Palmer, the likes of Saka, they got all types of players, yeah? Trent, all these type of players that can supply chances either from distance passing, crossing, get to the byline, cutbacks, or slip through balls. England got a variety of type of creators and like chance creators in terms of volume. Trent's more like a volume guy. Just be there and tuck. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't start trying to style on profile, bro. You're not that guy no more.
He doesn't want to do that though. And that's
well, then don't play. Say if you do that, you don't play. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you have to be like, you do that, you don't play. And the problem is in this country, the media are so hard to deal with. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, the media, I bet you, I could bet any money that if you got Gareth Southgate loose off the goose, a couple Casemiro shots, and be like, bro, what's your real team? I think he would have dropped Kane, and I think he would have benched one of Foden or Jude.
Agreed.
Probably Foden.
They weren't doing anything.
They literally, all three of them literally were, at least Jude popped up with a couple bits and pieces, but they weren't doing anything. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. And he knows that he's not an imbecile, but I think it's the pressure. Same way
you've dropped Phil Foden, you've dropped Harry Kane.
Same way,
like, even if you win, they keep asking you about it.
Same way, like I've been seeing Carrot comps, a player that I was a huge fan of from Spurs, and I generally could not believe, one, they rated Gareth Barry over him because of slide tackles, which was retrospectively insane, and two, they were running with the Gerrard Lampard thing in midfield. Two brothers who couldn't really play midfield like that, but they were special. What they did, pick one or change the formation where somebody could hold and them two could do their thing. Do you get what I'm saying? But they wouldn't, and the media wouldn't let them do it. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think this is the issue. Even Grealish, remember when Grealish was showing out? They had to force Southgate to pick Grealish.
Yeah.
Madison, they had to, but he never wanted to pick Madison.
Yeah.
They had to force him to pick Madison. It wasn't Southgate's in.
Yeah.
The moment, and then he didn't make the squad, the main squad, but they had to force him.
Yeah.
Same thing with Grealish. Remember in the previous tournament, remember Mount was a 10.
Yeah.
They were playing Mount, he wasn't doing niche.
Yeah.
They kept on bringing Jack Grealish on, even the fans were screaming, and Grealish was making shit crack. Him and Raheem.
Yeah.
So, like, you have to be able to have the cojones and the strength to take on the FA and take on the media. Harry Kane, they tried to
see a manager.
They tried to push not Harry Kane, Maguire. They tried to push the Maguire thing onto Maguire's performances were so bad he got dropped. And the media still were asking questions and they're still trying to say, oh, why the fans treating Maguire like this? Because he's playing ass, like the fuck.
They'll do a redemption tour when he had to actually redeem himself.
So that's the thing, because Clasy's interim, innit? And obviously, I'm sure he wants to have the job full time, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have to play the politics game, and that's the only issue. Whereas in certain other countries, Bro, they're back at in 2018. I remember
They're backing out the banner, yeah.
In France. Remember, France won the tournament in 2018. I remember Pogba's interview clearly where he says he doesn't even know if he wants to play international football no more. Because in France, they'll rise it on all of them.
Yeah.
They'll rise it on all of them. Them man don't give a shit, bro.
Yeah.
Them man have got a World Cup and the Euros in the tuck. Yeah. They are rising it on them, bro.
Yeah.
And they hit the previous Euros. They got to the finals.
Yeah.
They won the tournament. They're rising it on everybody. Griezmann, Mbappe, even though Mbappe was like 12 years old. Rising it on Pogba, Griezmann, all of them. Do you know what I'm saying? Deschamps. Whereas here, once man have their favourites, they coddle them.
That's it. You're bulletproof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember, perfect example. Remember when Pep dropped Joe Hart? They kept on asking bro about it. And this guy must be thinking, brother.
Asking me about man, I don't like him.
I don't rate him, exactly. Yeah.
Bro, I don't even know my man. My man don't even have my number.
Yeah.
Where's the manager, Pep? He don't have my number, bro. I keep trying to chat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so.
I think it's two things, though. I think one, clearly the pressure around and the politics around being the England coach are just, ridiculous.
Agreed.
But I wouldn't say it's necessarily linked to just to being England manager, because if you think, what the example I think about is Spain, when Raul was the main striker and then Aaron Garnes came in, dropped him, and then promoted David Villa and Torres, and he went on to win.
Yeah.
You got to have a coach.
Dog, you got dog in him.
You got to have a coach.
Racist, though.
Yeah, racist.
Racist dog.
Racist dog. Yeah. You've got to have a coach who kind of understands sort of basic tactics, which at times England have really struggled to have. But also got a coach that has strong convictions. When you marry the two, then potentially it comes to success.
I don't think that those traits get you the England job, though.
This is the thing. So then you kind of stuck.
Right, wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait, what do you mean you want to pick your own squad?
We don't do them things around here. We don't do them things around here. No.
Because certain man like British is a squad for default.
Yeah.
Just so the fans can sing super Jack. That's the usual as he's there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
They'll run that team by Kevin Keegan, boy.
Yeah.
So the worst example of that was Roy Hodgson, because I clearly remember in the lead up to Euro 2016, this guy was playing Jack Wilshere as a holding midfielder, right? Throughout all qualifiers, right? That was his team.
And profiling, though.
Yeah. And then he got to the tournament and he's playing Wayne Rooney, right, in central midfield, which didn't work, right? And then he's got Harry Kane on set pieces. So like anything that he had any sort of idea about, he just completely just left it.
Was it Russia or Liechtenstein or something?
Iceland. And they got packed in by Iceland. Exactly. He went home.
And then France gave him 5 the next
So it's like you've lost and you haven't even lost the way you wanted to lose.
Yeah,
and now you're just like a clown.
You stand on your own. Yeah, it's crazy. I think that's
Rooney was taking a biscuit, man.
Yeah.
Because I clearly remember that tournament as well. They were writing articles comparing Rooney to Busquets, and that made me realise how far behind the England talent is. The England coaching is in comparison to the talent. Because at one point it was we don't have technical players. Then they went to St George's and cooked up all the technical players and didn't have the coaches to actually
No, but
do it in a way.
They're only starting to pick more technical players now because the level is so high of these players.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. And it's not just, but what's so funny is that every single tournament's the same. Yeah. They play the guys that are running around like dogs. Sorry, your boy's included in that. He's got a bit of something, but he's included in that, yeah? The team has no real possession, no real identity.
Yeah.
They're not playing Premier League high intensity ball. They try to play some continental, what do the dorks call it, La Posa or something like that, yeah?
Yeah.
But they don't really have the materials to do it, yeah? And it's so predictable. Remember I said in the pod, I said, they're going to think that all these players are going to take them to the promised land. They're going to buck a good team.
Yep.
Get knocked out and speak about how we don't create these players. And they'll speak about, oh my God, they'll talk about Olmo and Fabian Ruiz. Yeah. And they're like, we don't create these type of players. You don't like these type of players.
Yeah.
You don't, because if they play the same way, you'll be asking where's their goals, where's their assists.
Talent-wise, England can go bar for bar with most teams in the world at this point.
In the offensive areas, yes.
Yeah.
Not in central midfield yet, though. Because when I'm thinking of Spain, like, I remember what Rodri coming off was, yay!
The end of it,
He came on and they stepped on with these big Tims, stepped on man's heads.
Yeah.
Bro, they made no one Rice suffocated.
Yeah.
They got good, so...
Levels.
Yeah, there's levels, bro.
Yeah, there's levels.
But I do think, like, all-round talent, offensive talent, I don't think there's many teams, if any team could bar with England.
Yeah.
Guys
are on the bench, guys aren't making the squad who'd be key players for other teams. Let's take a break for ads and go on to our next section. Okay, so let's discuss...
Wait. Is that your ad break?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to have to work on that, bro.
There is no ad break. Like, I don't know what the ad's going to be.
So you could say, yo, give us a bit more boom, bap, bap, boom, bap, bap.
What would it...
There's more touchline fracas coming after the break. There we go.
You can even introduce the next topic. Can you be like, and now we're back.
Oh, God. All right, let me try that again.
No, I always keep this in. Keep this in flavor.
Before we go to our next section...
What comes with your own ends?
Before we go to our next section on elite midfielders, we'll take a break for ads. And we're back. We haven't done this for a few weeks now, but our elite series, we've already done strikers and we've done wide forwards. We're on to talk about midfielders. So I think your presence here today, Khalil, is probably important because if you have a boy that you're going to defend with your life. But when we talk midfielders, we're talking about defensive midfielders, central midfielders, not number 10s. So before we actually go into who you guys have in your blue chips, red chips, guys you're watching out for, etc., let's talk a bit about the midfield role. Let's use a player who, doesn't polarize and divide opinion. Paul Pogba. Mm-hmm. So obviously, we kind of watched him come to Manchester United for a massive fee about 10 or so years ago. And we've kind of watched that fee become a lot more regular with midfielders. We've watched how they performed, how those performances have been reported on. More and more, I see his time being looked at more fondly, comments about the passing ability, etc., etc.
Who could have predicted it?
What do you both think about the current state of the midfield role in world football, the overall quality? Like we've watched so many players come through the last 10, 20 years. What do you think about the overall quality of the midfield at the minute?
I look at it similar to how sort of the forward position has evolved in terms of there's a lack, in my opinion, I think there's a lack of proper all-rounders. I know we like to, harken back to the good old days of like Vieira and that, but I do really think that because we had an era of coaches who are very into specialized roles, right? The 6 does this, and this, and then the 8 does this, and this. And so you've got situations where players can do part of one role, not the other, and vice versa. So while there is quality, I generally think that there is sort of at times a lack of all-rounded capabilities being developed in the midfield, and I think that's further amplified by the nature of the coaches that we have that are very into positional play,
role specific.
Yeah, because bring me back, the 4-4-2 of the midfielder that does everything. You drop deep, you can pick up the ball, you can dribble a little, you can carry, get on the end of things. But we don't have as much as that. We've got a 6 is okay. You're now ball playing 6. You need to be able to receive within, between your 2 centre backs, turn both ways, angles, etc., and then that's you. And then maybe you get, 6s that, under Guardiola and Arteta now, who they also use them as like pressing guys who can press high up the pitch and all that. But yeah, I think that's what it is. I think there's quality there. It's just been sort of molded into certain ways where it's not reflective of what we considered or what I considered to be, an all-round midfielder of the past. Because now you get, he's a 6. You can't expect him to do this, or he's an 8. You can't expect him to do that. So that's kind of where I stand. I think
is that for the better or for the worse of the game, do you think?
I mean, obviously I lean into my biases, so I definitely prefer sort of the older style midfielders, but I can appreciate that.
Why?
Because I don't. Now, I get that players have strengths and weaknesses, but when it becomes a situation where you can't ask him to do this because he's playing in this position as opposed to that, that's the kind of thing that I disagree with.
Is it?
I think so.
Could have fooled me.
No, why? I think it's very much contextual. I know obviously I support a team that plays one way, but then I can also appreciate that there are other teams and other players out there that are fielding players that play in certain roles and certain positions, certain systems. So I can appreciate sort of different looks. Because if we're going to get on to Declan Rice, I definitely am one of the people that has critiques of Rice. But again, you got to work with what you're working with. I think that if you've got a player like Rice, you know what he is and you know what he isn't. And I think there are ways you can improve on his weaknesses by setting him up in advantageous situations. So if we talk about Arsenal in the last few weeks, not to make this TG, but we've all complained about how Arteta's been using Declan Rice as like this high 8 where he's receiving the ball on the half turn on the edge of the ball. That's not Declan Rice. I don't want to see that of Declan Rice. It's not making use of his best attributes. But if you have him in a pivot...
What? Who in TG was saying that? Most DG, would you say?
We did a post-match Patreon, which you didn't listen to clearly. Because
I'm a patron member. I'm going to listen down and take my notes down. Because when I was saying that he can't really do that type of stuff, they said he could. Don't worry, thank you. That's some homework for me. Thank you very much, sir.
Well, even if he can or cannot do
It's too late.
it's not advantageous for him to be doing it because there are other attributes to his game. But yeah, what we would like to see him as a 6 or...
Are you a monolith in regards to this? So what, your touch agreements, you all agree on how you'd like to see. There's nobody who likes him in this kind of higher...
I would say so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we think, obviously we've got a team where there's multiple avenues of progression from the back. So while Declan Rice isn't a Xavi and Busquets level passer, he's still a decent enough passer that playing him as a 6 is not impeding your team, which is the whole point.
Do you think Arteta agrees with that? Why did Arteta leave him?
I think because of Thomas Partey's chronic unavailability is one. Marino getting injured now has basically meant that he's not here for the next 2 months or so. Because Jorginho's 65 as well.
Yeah.
He's kind of limited in how he can set up that midfield for now.
Yeah.
Which is why I think he's persisting with the way that he's playing at the moment. But ideally, I would be very uncomfortable if Rice isn't our long-term six. I don't think it's best use of him to be playing him in sort of the roles that he's been playing in for the beginning part of this season.
Yeah.
But yeah, to the original question, I think we see midfielders who are very specialised and are not all rounders like they used to, which is why maybe someone like Paul Pogba gets all the praise and adulation. But even within that, I think I think there's good bits, there's bad bits.
I have a question, you don't mind?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't have a choice.
Yeah, you really don't.
Like this right now, I think could have stopped.
Yeah. Sorry, brother. Yeah. Khalil, so obviously you're questioning the way midfielders are today, but then wouldn't a player like Declan Rice find it significantly more difficult playing in a Vieira, Gerrard, a Ballack?
I wouldn't think so. Because I
box to box.
was going to say, I've said numerous times that Declan Rice is the perfect 4-4-2 midfielder. Like if we were playing 4-4-2 and that was your standard bearer like formation, he'd be absolutely perfect because he does a bit of everything that you want out of one of your two midfielders playing there. And you play that pivot, you go up and down, pick up the ball, carry the ball.
Yeah, if I had a 4-4-2, I wouldn't mind Declan Rice.
Like you'd be perfect for that. But now that your 6 has to do this and do it to such a high level, and then same with your 8 has to
build up the same way, and teams are pressing you the same way and trying to stop you playing the same way.
Because that was one of the concerns I had about us buying Declan Rice in the first place. I said he's got bits of attributes to play in both roles, but when you want it to be to that extreme, that's when you feel as if maybe he's not the best suited. But there are ways to sort of amplify his qualities and make a successful team around him.
Agreed. How about you, Disu? I don't know if you want to add anything around the just state of midfield in the current game.
Yeah, I think it's quite disgusting, to be perfectly honest.
Wow.
I can't believe how much people adore the shin kickers of this generation.
When
I say shin kickers, I'm talking about people who their role in the team is primarily ball winners.
There's a place for them in the game, though. There's a place for them in the game.
Yeah, that's fine. There is a place for them in the game, but they are like the players that people like the most, that people want.
Oh, that's a Twitter account.
Yeah, like I just generally like.
Season.
Yeah, I'm looking at, but Partey is an exception because he has a level of flair and skill in the way he plays. Yeah, but I just think it's very strange for like kids and young adults to like literally be standing people like Caicedo and players. I think it's just like I feel like you kind of
the dog in their football.
I feel like you lot
Street footy.
I feel like you lot are losers. Like
Street footy.
No, like you lot love like Xhaka and that. That's disgusting. Like anyway, so to my point is in terms of like the
Disu and Disu alone.
Yeah. No, people know like I like invention and creativity in midfielders.
Yeah.
You don't have to be that, and that's fine. But what I don't like is the fact that before, the players who had the more ability to create something and change the game were always deemed as the highest in terms of the rankings. Hence why they get paid the most, they cost the most, they're the most popular. It's always been that way. Now there's a bit of muddy, now defensive players are kind of coming up in that. But like, when I'm saying I like certain players in my top 10 and people are coming to tell me about defensive midfielders and centre-backs, I feel like the game is in complete disarray.
The game's gone, would you say?
The game has been gone. Because to me, the way I see it, and I'm a big believer in positional value, like I think the striker is the most valuable position. Then probably
so just to quantify that, are you saying like maybe like the 20th best striker is better than the 5th best centre back in the world.
Yeah, if everything, if all things constant, 100%, right?
Okay.
Because to me, like a defensive midfielder, being able to let's take I don't even take like a madman player. Actually, let me take a madman player. Let's take Odegaard, for example. Yeah, Odegaard will have numerous touches in the game. Maybe not as much this season, but that's the usual. Odegaard in form, numerous touches, like crazy flicks around the corner, lovely little passes in that inside right channel to Saka or Ben White. Can shoot, press resistant, could beat players, right? Genius, and the game could flow through him. Like Arsenal's success is heavily predicated on his ability to dictate the game in the offensive area, and he's a hard worker and he initiates the press, right? I do not see how you can watch that and think, then let's take another player like Kante, for example, brilliant player. Kante's ability to shut down counter-attack.
Ain't gonna like that.
I don't give a heck about these. Shut down counter-attacks, retrieve the ball.
Yeah.
But then he's actually pretty good on the ball. Keep it neat and moving.
Yeah.
Or Van Dijk, ability to win every header in the box, read the game, usher out strikers, even intimidate strikers.
Yeah.
It's very important. If Van Dijk does his job, the game ends 0-0. Odegaard does his job, it could be 3-0. And I just think it's not rockets. And it's also...
What if we swap Van Dijk for Rob Holding and then you lose the title?
Exactly.
And then now we lose 2-0.
or if you swap Odegaard for Andreas Pereira, who do Arsenal score that amount of goals?
No.
Because Odegaard got good 50, let alone his creativity.
No.
So it's the same thing. I've seen a team win the league with a back four of Christian Fuchs, Robert Huth, Morgan, I think it's Wes Morgan, and Danny Simpson.
Yeah.
And the reason I did that because they had Kante moving mad in midfield and Jamie Bloodclot Vardy and Riyad Mahrez going absolutely crazy, going band for band every game. Yeah, but I think Vardy scored in 13 consecutive games, breaking Ruud van Nistelrooy's record. Mahrez just moving nuts because they had two people who had a world-class season up front. That was all the difference. You could have the greatest defensive in the world if you want to.
Is there a defensive equivalent of that? A team that's won titles because they haven't...
People may say Chelsea, but Duff and Robin were going band for band. And Frank Lampard. Do you get what I'm saying? So they had offensive quality and they were able to swap them out for Sean Wright Phillips and Joe Cole. And they had Didier Drogba. You know what I mean? So they had offensive quality. So you do need a good defense and you need a good offense as well. But I think the way that people are now... The fact that I'm talking to people at the game and I'm talking about offensive players and they're talking about, oh, but his defensive work, oh, he's a luxury. That is disgusting. That is generally some of the best players that we've ever seen, from the Riquelmes to the Decos, Aymars, Rui Costas, Paul Scholes, David Beckham, Kevin De Bruyne, Paul Pogba, Mesut Ozil, Andres Di Maria, Iniesta, like Kevin. As I've said, Kevin. These you don't play these players because of defensively. You play these players because in an instant they could probably do 4 or 5 things in a game that if the other person executes, it's a goal, right? Like I've seen Ozil score a goal where he flipped the ball off the goalkeeper's head, sat down on the defenders. That's just not normal. Pep always says, I can get you to the goal. But once I'll get you to the final third.
Yeah.
Once it's there, it's up to you. So the fact that we're seeing players whose job is to retain possession, win duels, being rated to same as these type of players, I think that's a crime.
I noticed you didn't say Bruno Fernandes amongst those players who make things happen.
Yeah, for good reason. To Harold, Khalil, do you guys have defenders, defensive midfielders in your top 10 players at the minute?
I know how
I do, but
yeah, obviously.
I mean, I do share some of Disu's sentiment in terms of I do value sort of attacking contributions
More.
and people who are game breakers over defenses, which is why at times I've had sort of my frustrations with Arteta and his squad building. But
A lot of defenders.
Sorry?
A lot of defenders.
A lot of them. Too many. Every summer without fail, we'll spend money on a keeper, we'll spend money on a defender. But,
cool.
I've my only contradiction, not contradiction, but my only maybe challenge to Disu's point, because I agree. It depends on which way you're inclined to enjoy football. I give way more weighting to attacking players because that's just where you enjoy the most. That's where all the good things come from. However, when there's an exceptional talent who excels to a world-class level in a different area, say a Van Dijk, say a Rodri, say an Alisson, for example, they provide the foundation. See, I know. Obviously, it's a goalkeeper.
I'm not even talking about outfielders.
I mean, when you have a player who, I guess I can learn the Van Dijk side of things. In my eyes, I don't think I've seen a better centre half than him in my whole time watching football. So, I mean, I would say that naturally, but I would say,
got a point as well.
I'm inclined to agree. I can't lie.
Yeah, he's an incredible player, right? Cool. What he does,
can get beat up for 18 months, didn't do jack shit.
God,
you okay? Yeah?
Don't let him divert it. Don't let him divert
But
you.
I've even lost my train of thought. But basically, what I'm trying to say is, when you have a player like a Van Dijk, who is more or less faultless in his position and allows it so. That player like an Odegaard, that player like a Maddison, etc., can go off and do whatever they like. They don't have to worry about that one opportunity in transition, that two opportunities, or that one ridiculous centre forward who may give you a bit of a headache, and it means that you have to do more legwork than necessary. Going backwards, say like an Odegaard, for example, it's so valuable. Like it is, and. When a team can control a game in more or less every aspect, and you're the main reason for that, or one of the main reasons for that, you can't help but to give more accolades to that person, and that's me obviously talking about a Virgil van Dijk, like it's or like a Rodri, for example. I think he's probably the most similar in the type of comparison.
But the difference of Rodri is that Rodri actually controls the game. That's why he's a man. He controls the game and he scores goals and he creates. I get what you mean about Van Dijk. And I think what Van Dijk does give, when you have players like that, if you play a particular style when you're high pressing, you're pushing high up the pitch, you're committing players forward, and he gives you the freedom to do so because, if they can transition in a 1v1 duel, he's going to come out on top so we can take more risks. So I think I think you're right, it's very valuable. And he probably is valuable than a lot, maybe more offensive midfielders. But I do feel like he could get the plaudits of being the best defender in the world. I think that's enough plaudits. I don't think we have to add more plaudits to his name. He's the best defender in the world. I've
got a question I'd like to ask all three of you.
Or trigger y'all.
Yeah, so defense, midfield, attack. You get to choose one that is title race caliber, one that's mid-table caliber, one that's relegation caliber. Which ones are you giving to which? I'll start with you, Disu.
Title winning caliber, I'll go with attack.
Okay.
What's the other one?
Mid-table.
Because your midfield might be just getting packed. Definitely relegation, definitely going to be in defence. That's for sure. I'm trying to think, if you have a title winning caliber midfield, can they feed the bums up front enough for them to score? But we just don't really see that. So I think I'm going to go title win. Because I'm thinking if I had like a Salah or Cristiano Ronaldo or Thierry Henry, I'd rather have that in my team because I've seen them take, like Liverpool's midfielders was mid-table caliber.
Let's
mid-table.
What Henderson?
You know what? Let's not derail. Let's not derail. As you were saying, you're good at this though. That's nice.
So you're saying title race caliber's the attack, mid-table's the midfield, relegation to defence.
Yeah.
Khalil, how about you?
I've been through too much trauma as an Arsenal fan and having dodgy centre backs for me to say that my centre backs would be relegation candidates. So I'd say mid-table centre backs, relegation, midfield, and then title.
Relegation midfield, you'll be getting put into a spliff weekly, my boy.
Hey, you got Van Dijk back up there, and then you got Henry up front.
Long balls.
Making it.
Don't worry about it.
And then if you don't,
Haaland's up there.
yeah. And if you don't win the
I know
league,
he's up there somewhere.
exactly. And if you don't win the league, you can definitely sneak a Champions League or something, man. Like you got to think about it from that context. So yeah.
And how about you, Harold?
I'm probably gonna go with another option. I'm probably gonna go title winning midfield, mid-table up front, and relegation centre half, relegation defence.
What about you, man?
You might ain't lived through skill actually at centre back. That's all I'm.
No, I'm telling you, we're not winning anything. But I just think midfield is the most important.
Do you know what? Yeah, low key. Yeah, when you have a Hickey centre back, yeah,
It's insane.
Because the Hickey could come.
The most standard of stuff. They're just.
And the thing is, you can never see it. You never see it coming.
Yeah, they do.
You're just nervous. You're nervous all game because you know something might happen for absolutely no reason.
And to be honest, now with Onana, the minute they come into the screen, I'm nervous because player could shoot from here, and somehow you let that go in.
What's a good example?
Literally, with De Gea, the worst thing is the minute I see him in camera, I'm like, oh shit, oh shit.
You know what's interesting?
Here we go again.
You know what's interesting? Do you know when you lost your first top 4 race of when you lost to Spurs that time?
Yeah, when Holding came.
Yeah. I'm an Arsenal hater, but when I watch games, although I've got my hate hat, I've got my love of the game hat on, so I'm just commentating on what I've seen, and Holding
and Cedric.
No, Cedric what Holding did to get sent off, I was generally enraged.
Was it in 30 minutes? I can't
Yeah.
I was just, like, he
came on
was
to do
moving,
tough guy,
like,
and then got sent off after 20 minutes.
I think it's half trying to be a tough guy, half panicking, and I was thinking, you have just
because I'm going to lose my job.
you have just done your manager and your teammates so dirty. The game plan out the window, and I was thinking, if I was one of the other man them, half time,
we're beating you.
I'm scrapping. I'm scrapping because this is not like we're going to kick water goals, fam. Like big things, bro. There's Champions League bonus on the line as well, cuz, bro. There's probably like a $500,000 little bonus at the end of the season. Like other people have said, I'm Saka, I'm not even level because I ain't playing the Champions League, which I thought was dumb. But like, you want to get to Champions League, do you know what I mean? And then you have flipping Holding. Half an hour. He was just assaulted, son.
Bomber clot.
Someone have to get a restraining order on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's what I mean about when you have a dead defender,
I'm sorry, it changes your life for the worse.
Bro.
But what's worse, a dead defender or a dead attacker? A dead striker?
No, you can compensate for a dead striker. I know that because we live through,
Jesus.
we live through Lacazette as well. So like you can get contributions.
If you talk about dead man,
dead.
That's not the level of dead.
Okay.
Dead is Nunez.
I was about to say Darwin Nunez.
Werner.
No. Werner's the worst. No.
No, Nunez is the worst.
You think Nunez is the worst than Werner?
No, I've done the numbers. Nunez is historically the worst.
Okay, but on your eyes.
No. I'm telling you, there's a video I saw, I think it was a Salah comp, but it wasn't a Salah comp. It was a Nunez foul comp. Salah was literally doing this to Nunez. Gucci, with the ball, like, go and spoon feeding them goals. That, actually, to be fair, Werner's one this
No,
bad.
that's not about to see. The thing is, at least I've seen, even though it's all instinctive with Nunez, I've seen.
I know what you mean. No, because you've seen bang and finish from there. Okay, Werner ain't got those.
A fact. That's what I'm saying.
No, but in terms of percentage of misses,
Nunez is
like...
and it's Nunez because Liverpool create significantly more than Chelsea did when he was there, than Spurs did. So Nunez, and his misses are peak. He'll give you every type of miss.
Yeah.
He'll give you an open goal. He'll give you a alone in the box, like literally there, free header.
Yeah.
He'll give you every miss you've ever seen.
Yeah.
So it looks
him or Werner are the Leo Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo of bad strikers.
All I'm hearing is that you did not live through 2022 Alexander Lacazette. Do you remember that comp from Arsenal Brighton, the heavy breathing comp? Yeah, that was every week.
No.
On the centre spot.
Like
He scored 3 goals.
In whatever's below the sea, man. He bagged 20 goals in that league.
Certain man.
Sorry, if gets anywhere near Mbappe's tally, Mbappe, we're taking you to the Hague. We are taking you to the Hague.
Mbappe, don't pack
that Cooper Gooding Jr. give, just put Mbappe's face on it.
Bro, because he's hitting 85. He's hitting 85.
That's Mbappe's face is
bro, them black French keepers and that shot power, are you crazy? Them black keepers.
League full of Onana.
Field Onana. Mahmoud Onana.
Are they not even Unji?
Oh my days.
Oh gosh.
No, but to answer your question, bro, I actually think a shocking striker is more serviceable than a bad defender. Because you actually can't sleep. You actually have sleepless nights when you have a bad defense. Like you actually
No. It's actually true. It's actually true.
Cool. Let's break this down into defensive midfielders and central midfielders. Who are your blue chips and red chips, Khalil, in defensive midfield?
So blue chips are the ones that are
the elite of the elite.
Elite. So Rodri's absolutely number one. I think behind him there's like a few guys who I consider then red, I guess, who are good.
So you're saying he's the only blue chip, Rodri?
I only have 2 players in my blue chips. Period. And Rodri's my
because there are guys that are considering.
Because Cruz is gone now.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Because I actually wrote down Cruz, I forgot he retired. I took him out. But literally only Rodri. And the rest, I think there are a bunch of good, not
not blue.
Not Rodri.
Yeah.
Who your blue, not good, not Rodri's.
So first of his name, Declan Rice.
Yeah.
There is scope to grow, but
Of course.
that's who I've got. Who else did I have down? Let me just get my list up.
If Declan Rice is your first name, we're scrapping.
So here's the thing: I had Kimmich in there, right? But it's more so because he plays between, fullback and holding midfield. And we've seen how Tuchel didn't really rate him. And when I do watch him, I think he's good, but I don't see
Elite.
elite to where he separated himself to the rest. So that's the other guy I had there. I have Camavinga in there. I actually rate Camavinga higher than Kimmich, but I think Camavinga just still hasn't been given the absolute platform just to ball out in midfield. But I definitely have Camavinga in there, and he can easily make it to a blue chip if he's given that opportunity.
Tchouaméni?
No, not for me. He went on my.
There's a space
He's
between
Declan Rice, but with tech.
Yeah, there's a space between Onana and Tchouaméni.
Okay.
Which Onana?
Amadou.
No, Andre, not my name. Amadou Mama. Onana. So, but I watched a lot of him because he was linked to Arsenal. And there was obviously a lot of concerns about, he's big physical, because he actually play. He actually can play decently. Again, I think interested to see how he develops with Villa, but I definitely have him on that.
What's
You have
interesting
a
about
red chip then, now?
Yeah, red chip, yeah.
What's interesting about that Khalil, yeah? Like when I see people like who warm to not, because I actually watched him, he's better than I thought.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can say that and then criticize Declan Rice, because Declan Rice is a significantly better footballer with the ball at his feet.
Yeah.
Onana can slap the ball through lines, he's got that, and he's got a bit of feet. But in terms of how he receives the ball, where he looks to receive the ball, he's nowhere near as brave as Declan Rice. And I think Declan Rice
Anyone who criticizes Rice shouldn't be praising Onana.
Yeah, it doesn't, like, that one be a bit more of racism. I'm not gonna cut. But my one, in terms of blue chips, if we're talking,
that's fine, yeah.
I was trying to, I want to say, if people see Odegaard,
Just DMs or something.
We're just doing DMs now.
DMs right now is just Rodri in blue and then red. I'm not sure if you count Camavinga as a DM. Whatever position Camavinga plays, to me, he plays at a red chip level, and I do believe he is a blue chip player in the making.
Yeah. Did you have Rice's red chip?
No, I didn't have Rice red chip. I don't even. To be fair, the rest of these players aren't
Tchouaméni
DMs.
red chip?
No. To be fair, bare these DMs, I don't rate like that. I'm not gonna cap to you.
Okay.
Yeah. So most the rest of them aren't. I wouldn't call them DMs. Would you call Kante's more of a box to box?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
But he's probably the most defensive minded player.
So I was considering whether Bruno G would fit in there because he's on my list for midfielders.
See, and the thing is, I had like.
I think he is.
Yeah, Bruno G, Paqueta.
Yeah.
Were players that I thought of. Declan Rice is another one. Saicedo, but the last season definitely scares me. But I can give people a season because nobody plays good every season because certain man's favourites that they mentioned don't play good every year.
Yep.
Saicedo, there's a couple Prem players that I like in that role.
Lavia.
Enzo, Lavia, I'm so certain is a red or blue. Just need to see him play and put the together.
I forgot about him, but yeah, I do rate him.
No. Both
No football here.
Basuma.
Yeah.
Basuma, I'm a big fan.
Where have you got him at?
Not red, because I need to see
But
him
whatever's
consistently. But he has that red chip quality. Like, he's just a bit. I don't know what's wrong with him, bro. Like,
The balloons, man.
Yeah, might be the balloons. Yeah, it's the balloons. Yeah,
It might be the balloons.
It might be the balloons. But like, yeah. So Rice, Enzo, Paqueta, Bruno G. I think these are all really good players in their own rights. But I didn't quite have them at that red chip level where I need to see high level performance, high like technical level, or just the ball winning is just so brazy.
Yeah.
And I need to see it in peak environments, unless your quality is just telling. Compared to other guys that I have in my list, I don't believe their quality is quite up there yet.
Okay, fair enough. Central midfielders.
Okay, so I only have one blue, and that's Vitinha. I think Vitinha is the best central midfielder in the world. I think he's stupid. Stupid good. I'm so bad we didn't get him. It depends if you see, because they kind of play 8 for their clubs. Well, not as much De Bruyne now. He's kind of more of a, but if you class him as 8, obviously De Bruyne. Odegaard and Madison, if you class them as 8s, they'll be there. But I'm not really sure. They do play quite a lot of 8s, but because they're really 10s, I wouldn't put him there. In reds, Valverde. I tuned into the last Real Madrid game. he was moving nuts. Bernardo Silva.
Interesting.
Yeah, Bernardo Silva. I think as a central midfielder, that's his role. Don't want to see you out wide. Just out here, just doing nothing. Don't want to see you in offensive positions. Central midfield where he can run all day long, win the ball. The ball retention is phenomenal. The the tight space dribbling is phenomenal. So as a ball retainer, box to box, superb. Once he gets to the offensive positions, I don't think he's as dynamic, but he can score some important goals, which I respect. Fabian Ruiz, baller. Barella, baller.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Yeah, Barella, baller. Kante, still cold.
You still got him into red, yeah?
Yeah. What I saw in France, like he hasn't fallen off. He's it's still the same Kante. He was just playing with some bozos. And Ilkay Gundogan.
Still going red, yeah?
Yeah. Like he has a level of quality. The ball
He knows how to play.
Taking a ball on a half turn, superb. Touch always good. Weight of passing always good. Arrives in the box, can finish. Like the other place to talk about, I think Paqueta is bigger, stronger, faster, more creative than Gundogan. But Paqueta is not as influential consistently in games. Bruno Guimaraes, I see your head get slapped way too many times in midfield. Enzo Fernandez weighs 500 kilograms. Saicedo, I don't know if he's your brother playing or not. Declan Rice, the quality is inconsistent. Some games I see you can take the ball on a half turn, you could drive forward.
That run of reasons before Declan Rice was insane.
Basuma, I don't know if you're doing balloons or if you're on to kick ball. Do you know what I'm saying? So those certain other players, I need to see Maynard as well. Maynard is another one in that I need to see more from you. I'm interested to see Angel Gomez because I think he's a dope six. I want to see what he can do. But yeah, that is it for me. I feel like the standard of midfielder has severely dropped in the last, from Kroos, Modric, Pogba, Thiago, Verratti, Busquets, like dogs. These are serious players, yeah.
How about you, Khalil, for central midfielders?
I think you covered like 90% of the names I was going to mention. I think we disagree slightly on Bruno. I think his environment...
What, G?
Yeah, Bruno G. Oh, yeah, not Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah. that wasn't even my mind.
I think in a more conducive environment, he's less sort of prone to like Newcastle tendencies. I think
Newcastle tendencies.
No, it's true. It's true.
That is a good term.
James is coming for you.
Newcastle, bro. Okay.
What's Newcastle tendency? Head loss.
They're very much like blood and thunder, innit?
Boom, back.
Yeah. That's what they are, though. And it works for them.
Recovery.
I get what Khalil's saying because I'm not sure if you caught the Spurs game.
I did.
Yeah. But Basuma Madison's annihilated them. Like, for 90% of the game, they were just chasing shadows. Like, and the thing is, Bruno G, he's got quality with him.
Yeah.
Like, there's this type of pass he does where he can hit a lofted pass into Isak. Like, he could do it whenever he wants to. He can shoot. He can carry the ball well. Yeah, maybe the environment is a good point because they do.
It definitely is because you see him for Brazil, gangster and a gentleman, bro.
Yeah, you should different player. Gangster and a gentleman. That is funny. No, because he can ball. And I like Paqueta, but Paqueta's too much. He does the Ericsson thing for me, and I was annoyed seeing
What's the Ericsson thing?
Elijah called it. Elijah said if you had Ericsson and Coutinho in the same midfield, watching play against each other, would be like a Dragon Ball Z fight where they appear and disappear. I never get that tweet because Ericsson's like that though. Ericsson's like that where he could be going for a lot of the game, but then he'll get a corner or one pass and it'll be brilliant.
And then people say he had a good game.
Yeah, so it's not like the Bruno Fernandes where you're turning the ball over 15 times and the 16 times you're matching. Ericsson won't turn the ball over, but he will just be very ineffective. And I think Paqueta can fall into that for West Ham, even though I really like his profile. Big, strong, works hard, gets out the pitch, a lot of flair, can play a final pass. I need you to be about more. Even if you're not playing good, like just be about, yeah.
Oh, you're here, yeah. Oh, okay,
yeah.
Cool. Yeah. You're about, brother. Oh, okay, calm.
Yeah. All right. Don't want man to be shouting you, where are you? Oh, I'm in the Uber 20 minutes away. No, the game's on now. The game's on now.
You've mentioned two types of midfielders. You've got the Bruno Fernandes who you know he's there.
Yeah, you know
he's
there.
thinking.
Yeah.
And you got the Ericsson.
Silent type.
Yeah, right. The silent type. Those are two different ends of the spectrum. If you had to have a midfielder which was one or the other, what's your preference?
That's a good question.
It's so mad, because it's two things I really despise in the footballer. I despise you being a bitch and not being available.
Yeah.
Not trying to impress, but I'll take Ericsson all day. I've never despised him.
Are we talking heart transplant Ericsson or
No,
like
this is how
Tottenham
Ericsson.
Ericsson? Oh, sorry, no, heart transplant. You know what I mean?
I said pre-John Q.
I didn't mean it like that. I meant
John Q's son, let's get it right. John Q got the heart for his son.
No, but what's the midfield called?
Huh? John Q.
That's
but I want you to make it clear he got the heart for his son.
No, but what's
his
the movie
heart
about?
was fine. John Q's heart
What's
was
the movie
fine.
called?
John Q.
And I mentioned the movie. I didn't
But his heart was fine though.
I'm not being specific to John Q. I know John Q Jr. I had the situation. Yeah, I'm saying.
This is why in normal recording studios, the producer and the artist are locked away.
So the point I was trying to make is if it's the washed version of Ericsson or like the Tottenham version of Ericsson.
But Tottenham version Ericsson did the same thing.
No, he did, but not to the extreme that he was at United. Because United, he was just an absolute
When I
passenger.
talk about Ericsson,
You said it like he's left. He's still about.
when I talk about Ericsson, yeah, I am not referring to Man United.
Okay.
I don't even.
Yeah, then I'll take Ericsson over.
Yeah. Bruno Fernandes is generally petrifying.
Fair enough. How about you, Harold? Coutinho or Ericsson or Tottenham Ericsson?
I thought it was Bruno and Ericsson.
Yeah, I thought it was Bruno.
No, because obviously you said there's a Coutinho and Ericsson type.
Yeah.
You do that kind of like the game passes them by
Oh,
thing.
I see. I actually.
I always felt Coutinho was just a forward being played in midfield, man.
That cut inside the bang was lethal. though.
Yeah.
Coutinho was what I call the match of the day midfielder. Because if you watch match of the day, that guy is the best midfielder you've ever seen. If you watch the games,
Nah.
it's a different story.
Yeah, Ericsson over Coutinho. Even though Coutinho's more gifted. I just felt like Ericsson is a real playmaker.
What's that? What's that phrase? If you watch Coutinho, you'll miss the game. if you watch the game, you'll miss Coutinho.
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh my word. I've never heard of that. Is so peak for a supposed midfielder.
Do you know what? The thing is, I hate it when a player hides, but I hate Bruno, bro. Fuck. I'll probably take Bruno. I think I'll probably take Bruno just because.
I hear it though. I do hear it.
The thing is, like,
Bruno under
Yeah,
Pep,
because-
where
because-
Pep won't tolerate that kind of
because
nonsense.
I've lived it.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's.
Oh, I'm still living it.
Yeah, it's not ended.
That's the thing. Like I saw
Monday.
Elijah's tweet with reading off some of Bruno's worst games. I've laughed about it and I've forgotten about it.
Yeah.
He's living through it. So for me, I'm thinking about sometimes he's played well. Like
That's
you know
what people
I mean?
remember more. Like, oh no, but the bangers though. What about some of them
exactly,
assists and some of
exactly.
those passes? Do you know how much blood was shed for that moment? Yeah, for that moment that you're phrasing.
No,
Do
it's
you know
true.
how much blood
It's true, but
is
the one-
underneath the pitch
the
of
one-
Old Trafford?
the one thing
Them
I
hyenas like.
But with Bruno, one thing I appreciate is that he's always there. I know it makes it worse. It makes it worse. He's
That's
always
the problem.
available. I know, but he's there. Like he will be there front and center. He won't hide. So I have to appreciate that.
The
I
World
do.
High Trophy.
Yeah,
For the
man.
guy
No. Wait. Let's stop. Big games he does hide.
Yeah, no,
He actually does hide in big games. But
I mean, like generally,
generally you don't hide. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
he's gonna put his foot on the ball for sure.
even if he want to mount to anything, like
You're gonna know he's there.
right.
I'd rather Bruno than a Mason Mount though, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, because I agree.
Yeah. Lovely. I like that section, guys. Let's take another break and we're going to head into our next section on awards. And we're... so fucking sneaky. So fucking sneaky, blood. We're on to our awards section. You guys are ready, Khalil, Disu, yeah?
Yeah.
Lovely, let's get into it. The first one is obviously the C-Day. He was a good dude, now he's cooked food award. This can go to a player, a team, it's all right.
Yeah.
A player, a team, an organisation who are washed. Who's your good dude, now he's cooked food award winner for this week's C-Day? Khalil.
I'm going to have to split it between two entities.
Entities, yeah?
One, the entire nation of Ireland for getting crashed upon.
Wow.
Bro, no, I'm sorry.
Rudy when he's listening to it.
Sorry, Rudy, my guy.
Listen, I've
Good for Rudy.
got Irish friends from childhood. Listen, I've got, they're good people and all that.
Yeah.
Respect the agenda, unified Ireland and all that. But yeah, you can't have a guy come to your own backyard after he ditched you and have two of them as well. Both crash it on them. Like the script writers were just,
That was peak. That was
on
peak
autopilot.
script
And then,
writing, yeah.
man, like, You cannot let that happen. So yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you got to have to go back to the drawing board. Maybe Gaelic football or something else, but it's not looking good. The other one is my weekly nomination at this point. You've got Casemiro as your weekly guy. I've got Thomas Partey. But the thing is, the implication behind good food, cooked food, is that you're actually a good person. Thomas Partey's not a good person. Oof. So, Thomas Partey, I know he's on international break this week. We're probably not going to see him again. That's how it tends to happen until March. We have to send the physio with him because he goes to Bloomberg and gets lost.
Do you send the
Yeah, have you not seen the video? We send a physio with him to make sure that he's in tip-top condition, which clearly doesn't work.
Yeah.
What you say about go? They just eat their bank, you know?
Yeah.
Don't kill me.
So yeah, and the other thing with him is, there was something else I was going to say about him. Yeah, you know how typically these players they get like connecting flights to the Middle East. I'm just hoping that his connecting flight gets stopped on the way back. We just do the deal from there, innit? It's just easier that way.
Yeah,
he's still here. Yeah.
Wait, I thought you were flying Emirates. Don't worry, we do multiple jobs.
I'm Sinbad.
There's 6 hours for your next flight. How about you just go and pay attention to Al Ahly training? Just go and take a look.
We've got another 5 shirt. Wait.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why don't you take a look? Let us know how you feel, and then we go from there.
Sign-on fee. We'll give you a tiger as well.
Party. C-Day, he was a good dude. Now he's Cooked Food Awards winner for you this week, Disu.
Conor Gallagher.
Why?
Now Carsley's in. Mm-hmm. That midfield thing that you thought you were doing for England is a dub now. Gomez is about. Maino, Rice, it's over.
I've seen him again, no?
We ain't seen you again, brother. No meaningful minutes.
Fair enough. So you're saying Declan Rice will do that role if needed, yeah?
Yeah, we got
a bit more quality.
Yeah.
Let's just move on.
Next one is the Dr. Mike. This is what it looks like award again. Player, organisation, entity. It's your definition of exemplary execution this week. Who are you giving this is what it looks like award to this week?
Declan Rice.
Of course.
That was a proper performance on the up block. You know what I'm saying? Crashed it on their heads. Got an assist and just brilliant all-round performance from winning the ball back, driving forwards, creating chances, good first-time passes, playing in advanced areas.
Yeah.
That's a proper performance. I don't need even the goals assist. You have to respect it. Yeah. So and it's on the up block.
Makes it like they showed a throwback video and one of his first caps for Ireland. They also say future Ireland captain, and you're doing the way Sol Campbell smirked. Like you signed up for yeah.
Do you know Magic Johnson? I ain't gonna be here next year.
I ain't gonna be here. Yeah, probably from the second cap. They was watching are you sure you want to get to 4? Because with a free thing, you can maybe move you across to England. How about you, Khalil? That's what it looks like.
I would have picked Declan Rice as well. Yeah, man. And the thing is, like you said, they were really hyping up the storyline all week. Like Sky were digging out those old interviews, and they were digging out screenshots and all this. They were really playing into it. So it wasn't even just the Irish; it was the English as well. So yeah, to do that and just go and perform, got to give it to Declan Rice with a side shout out for Grealish for scoring. But yeah, Declan Rice.
Yeah, he ripped their hearts out, didn't he? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go to the next one, which is the Carlos Enrique Casemiro Saudi-bound award for the individual, organisation, entity. I believe we should take their professional endeavours and move it to the Middle East. Khalil, who are you giving that to this week?
So part of the reason I split the other award for Cook Dude, Good Food, was I can give Partey.
Good Dude Cook Food.
Yes, I can give Thomas Partey the other half of this award for the obvious reasons. Bro, just go. It's over, man. You have no use being here. I know you have ideas of being here in London and enjoying London lifestyle, but we don't have use for you. So
has he been that bad?
He's been bad. He's been unavailable and bad. So when
has he been in these first 3 games of the season? Nice little goal against Villa.
So what happens is he plays well for the first 45 minutes. And then as soon as second half hits, it's like his tank is empty. And he just becomes... And it's not just the physical moving about. His passing becomes super...
But think about when you play when you're tired. When you're playing and you're tired, everything... Your touch goes baggy. Yeah. You can't pass. You can't do anything. So I think...
That's true. Yeah. But again, people like to distill his performance into, well, maybe he's not good physically, but he plays well. Technically on the ball. Mentally, but both of it goes to waste. Because even now, with the Rice suspension that happened, the reason why Rice is on the yellow in the first place is because Thomas Partey gives the ball away for absolutely no reason at the edge of the box. A bunch of missed duels happen, and obviously Rice then goes and over stretches. So I'm blaming him for everything that's gone wrong this season. So yeah, Thomas Partey.
Fair. Disu, your Casemiro Saudi Bound Award winner.
Harry Kane.
Wow.
It's disgusting, man.
Really, with the numbers he's putting up in Germany, yeah?
I don't give a shit, bro.
Do you think he takes the golden boot off Cristiano if he goes to Saudi?
That's a nice little tussle, man.
No. He don't know who he's dealing with, bro.
Hey, Ronaldo plays those games in Saudi like it's a world
he's a legend.
final, man.
He's a legend. I love that about him.
900 goals. They said Khalil would have to score
Kane
50 a year for
Kane
another.
going there actually might make sure Ronaldo hits 100.
Yeah,
The
that
100.
motivation.
The motivation. Wait, what? Kane? Nah.
900 he scored the other day.
Yeah,
Obviously for
legend.
It's like when the Packers drafted Jordan Love and Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers went and won another 2 MVPs after.
Yeah, 100.
That motivation is just. Oh, you think I'm done? All right,
Cool.
another 100.
Nabcam. Nabcam. The Nabcam Invitational Award for the player, organisation or entity who you are giving increased surveillance to. Khalil.
Yeah, so I couldn't figure out the exact name of the lawyer firm, but whoever is the general counsel for the Premier League, I've got my eyes on you, because to see Leicester overturn their PSR charges this week, and I'm thinking about the fact that Manchester City are waiting. They're waiting to get into this league.
Why hasn't that happened yet?
It's too many charges, bro.
No, but like what? They said that it's going to start in July.
Because
September,
Too many
nothing's
charges, bro.
it's billable hours, man.
115, my guy.
When was the charges
10
announced?
lawyers per charge. 10 lawyers per charge. I don't even think the Premier League's money is long enough.
It's not.
It's not long enough for what they've decided to. They should have just picked like the 5 peakest charges and just gone after those.
I read an article.
115, unnecessary.
I read an article saying they spent like allegedly 20 million on lawyer fees or something over like not just City's case, but like a bunch of legal cases regarding like Premier League.
That ain't
clubs.
gonna be enough.
So yeah, you've taken on this case. You better win, because if
Yeah,
City
that's
win,
it.
this league is over officially. Like we talked about the league being done before. It is actually over. So you
Might
need to
even up
go.
the illegalities, fam.
Listen, you need to go and
Let's up the money.
Did they do a counter? Did they do a counter? They just threw a counter case over the guy. Because then you got to spend more money, more lawyers.
exactly
Like you can't.
more billable hours,
More
man.
billable
That paperwork,
hours,
it
bro.
adds up. It
I know
adds
that
up.
man get bonuses based on how many billable hours they're trying to.
Man City can't win that
Bro,
case.
your lawyer ain't sending an email.
they can't.
Your lawyer
Man City
ain't
can't win that
sending.
I need City to lose. I need that. I need a couple of titles off the strength.
If Man City win that case, Chelsea will say, yeah, there's a 12-year deal on your head.
Like,
Chelsea giving man mortgage contracts, fam.
yeah, they extended Nico Jackson and another 5 years to the back end.
Yeah,
the guy already had 5 years left. What about your peak heart in Guatemala?
So yeah, whoever the lawyer firm is, because I couldn't figure out the exact name of them, you need to be on job.
In fact, you can't figure out the name. Says a lot as well. Man, you can't find them. God, guys, a bunch of guys in the back office in Essex. Disu, who is your Naby Keita Invitational Award winner for this week?
Touchy Gooners.
Oh, wow.
What have we done to deserve this
I was
honor?
about to tell you.
I want to tell you, trying to control the narrative was disgusting, as usual. And also, I can see the panic in them, but they're trying to keep it kind of calm.
Pertaining to what?
You was about to tell you.
Don't worry, I see the panic. It's a very big week, yeah? Because the Declan Rice suspension, they got Tottenham. If they don't beat Tottenham and City win the game, which they're probably going to do, that will make them, 5 points behind City?
Yeah.
No, four, right? Four behind. No, four.
Because they dropped 2 points because they drew.
Oh yeah,
5 points.
5. Yeah.
No, but I said if
'Cause we're 2
they
points
don't beat,
behind
I'm
now.
saying if you get a draw,
I see.
it could
It could be
draw.
4 or
Yeah,
5.
okay.
It could be 4 or 5.
Okay.
The next game, Etihad.
Is that your game after?
Yeah. We got Champions League as well, Atalanta.
Yeah, and I promise you, they're getting packed. This ain't last year. Haaland's on demon time. All their men are on demon time already. And Pat's already said, our preseason is over. Yeah? So, if you lot don't get your ducks in a row, yeah, the season's effectively done next weekend. And then the content, I need my Patreons rolling through. Yeah? And I don't want to see
Deep dive. Why we're one?
I don't want to see.
I need a Khalil and Danku deep dive. Why we're one?
And I don't want to see 2 people. I want the whole
The Avengers.
rosters. I want 5-man pods. Yeah, I want to see Khalil one. I want to see Khalil on the post match, and I want on the next one. I want to see Dr. Leroy. I want to see Shabs. I want to see German. I want to see Leo. I want to see Lewis. Where's Lewis? I want to see Lewis, guys. I want to see Lewis.
That's my secret. I'm always angry.
Yeah. I want to see all of them. People like, be patient. Edu knows what he's doing. And other guys, we need an attacker. Oh, I want to see the civil war.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to see everything. So yeah.
To be fair, we did have a little tussle post transfer.
I know, but
so it's not like we all have the same opinion.
No, I don't think you do. But we want to see the revolution shall be televised.
Yes, that's the perfect term.
But what I will say is the level of panic that you are putting onto us isn't necessarily the level of panic that's actually going on in the group. We're going to wait to see what...
I know all these
Yeah, he
individuals.
said if these things happen,
Oh, okay.
the results
Right.
will then be
And knowing these individuals,
Yeah, head's gone.
it'll be cinema.
Head's gone. Head's absolutely.
Heads high.
Head's gone.
Oh,
Cougs Green.
Cougs.
Yeah.
Lewis.
Yeah.
Leroy.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Means more.
And also, I'll just cover the group chat just jabbing.
Yeah.
See what hits.
Yeah.
Just for a little
No,
one
they
there.
bite like.
Yeah.
Oh, is it true? You said. Yeah. I didn't even say it. Yeah. Maybe I did.
Listen, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah.
All right?
Oh, yeah, I like it. And obviously one that everyone always seems to forget, but the I know I have talent underrated
My
award
favourite
in
award.
conjunction with the underrated app. If you're not on there yet, you go on the app, you buy your players, you invest in stocks, you show your friends you know more about ball. Follow it on the Twitter as well. Who have you got as your underrated player of the week, Khalil?
I'm going to have to stick to this. So, you know that screenshot of the YouTuber telling everyone to buy one stock of Bitcoin back in 2010? Buy one stock in Reece Nelson in 2024.
Jesus,
I promise you.
Are you locked in, yeah?
I promise you. He got his London move, which was the most crucial thing.
What, so what if it was up north? It wouldn't have...
Oh, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Why is the London move so crucial?
Because
Explain.
he needs to be in commutable distance to tape. Like, if he's not got that action going on the side, he's not going to focus on football. Now, he's at Listen, I was a bit concerned now that Reece Nelson, Smith Rowe, and Jadon Sancho are all in the same catchment area, but he's going to have
So the price
potentially...
of magnums are going to skyrocket.
Bruv, listen, yeah. buy the dip when you can, because that's going to the move. Anyway, so now that Willian's left Fulham, there's that space waiting for him to come and, do a little two-man step with him and Smith Rowe.
Oh, is that Fulham?
Yeah, he's at Fulham now.
Oh, I didn't even know.
And yeah, man, like there's
You rate him, yeah?
there's 7 goals and 5 assists on that guy.
So specific.
7 goals
Maybe
and 5
like
assists. that
5
he
to
needs.
10 goals, 5 to 10 assists, or 7
Oh,
goals.
okay,
7
we'll
goals and
hold you
5
to it.
assists. Yeah, man.
Yeah, we'll revisit. Disu, who's your ESR underrated? I know I have talent.
I saw this guy play. I was like, you can make it one day. Bukayo Saka.
Raw. This is what we're doing now. Oh my days.
There's something about you.
Very, very nasty guy is what I'm realizing. And the thing is, you can't even argue it because then it gives legitimacy to the idiocy what we're hearing. So I'm just not going to say anything.
He's 23 now. He's a good youth, man.
Yeah, he's a good player, man. Good player.
Good lad. Good lad.
Can't be wasting my Sunday on this,
Don't worry. Debut's go. You
That wasn't even my first, but I had to.
Who is your actual ESR?
Oh, sorry. Matchford Gomez. I feel like now he's been put into the England team, there's going to be more of a spotlight on him.
Profile goes up.
Yeah, so hopefully we start to see more of him. I think now people are going to probably try to watch more little games and put more Angel Gomez comps on the timeline, stuff like that. Stock keeps to rise. Another England squad in October, maybe he gets some game time as well.
There's another one in October.
Yeah, I think
Like I
Lil's
said
saying
this
it.
every season, I always
Every
forget
year,
this one.
every year.
I forget it. I forgot this for 10 years. I always forget there's another one in October.
Because it's that ridiculous, that's why. So, yeah.
They call Wenger a madman for his plans to rewrite the calendar, but he was onto something when he just said, listen, you've got 4 months of just straight international football, do all your qualifiers all in one go. It's like one massive camp. The advantage is obviously you got everyone together for a long period of time.
When will those 4 months be?
I can't remember exactly when it was in the year, but the premise is you do all your international football in one block in the year, and the rest of the time is domestic football. And then if you've got injuries, obviously you can send people back and you can bring in new guys. You can have under 21 teams with you all the time.
Definitely don't think the September one's needed, and they should just add a couple of games at some period, and just maybe it's that Christmassy period when people are feeling good, just watch some international football. All right, let's take another break for ads before we go to our listeners' questions. And now, listeners' questions.
No,
Hang on, did you do your I Know I Have Talent award?
He did do it.
You just picked Reece Nelson.
No, you.
He doesn't do
I didn't
it.
do. I do them some weeks.
Oh, sorry, I'm a novice. Forgive me. Continue.
That's all right. What were we gonna say? This.
I said you killed it, but when you came back in,
Yeah.
it was just a bit too.
Soon.
No, it was just a bit too happy.
Oh,
But we'll talk about that.
sorry. That's apparently I'm too happy. I'm cooked. Raj Stinkers. That joke's still in my. Just I wish I had said that.
It cooked.
Oh, die when I heard that. Bro.
Raj Stinkers. Is the centre back and full back thing work, or is it a callback to the old days when fullbacks could really defend? After the generation of monsters like Ashley Cole, Cafu, Marcelo, mind you, that's like 3 generations. Redacted.
Literally.
The new attacking ones really stink at defence.
Oh, redacted is what redacted is. Yeah, it's quite interesting because of how the game is developed. Because now the way formations are wide. I mean, fullbacks get a lot of the ball because teams kind of pack the central areas.
Yes.
They get a lot of the ball. So when your fullback literally can't do anything, and we saw, remember 2016, 2017 season, we will dominate the game. And then Valencia will have all time and space. And then he'll just blast the ball to nobody.
Yeah, shins.
Yeah.
He wasn't kicked, he was blasting shins.
Yeah. So, and with the quality of like defensive players at fullback is really low, which doesn't make any sense. So I kind of understand why they're starting to put centre backs out there, because some of these centre backs can actually play a bit as well. Because now centre backs kind of almost have to play, but I don't know, maybe people who are meant to be fullbacks are ending up as wingers or something. I don't know, to have that dynamism, but I think the profile of fullback you would probably want is Livramento, Malu Gusto.
Yep.
I'm trying to think if anyone else I'm missing. If Trent was a bit more explosive, it would be perfect. But I think Trent has the correct physique. I just don't think Trent tries.
He doesn't.
He literally doesn't try. That's his, like Trent. It's not like Trent can't like win duels. He just doesn't try, and that's because he said he's like, bro, I'm basically a 10. So
Yeah, literally.
like, you man got that. You man got that.
I'm a 10. He must miss Henderson, boy.
Oh, brother. It's true. Henderson, that's a problem.
Out of everyone, he misses it.
Yeah.
But Trent's so special that can kind of slide. So like even I think Mazwari from the small I've seen is probably as close to old school fullback like
Reece James.
I can't remember what he plays
I think
can't
Reece
remember
James,
what he plays like.
I think Reece James is a bit too talented from the kind of the traditional fullback, like because Reece James is like Trent. He's a madman. Like
when you think traditional, you think like Gary Neville, steady.
Like Neville can cross.
Yeah.
But he wasn't like a mad dribbler, a mad playmaker. But he could also defend.
Yeah.
So like Mazraoui looked
Seamus Coleman type beat.
But Seamus Coleman was like he went from winger to fullback, innit?
Did he?
Yeah, he did. He was a winger initially. Yeah, he was initially a winger. Yeah. Same with Ashley Young. He was initially a winger as well. So
Yeah.
So they're probably more like the Mazraoui. From what I've seen, he's like more of a traditional type fullback. So yeah, like Chilwell's a perfect example. Actually, no, Chilwell can't really defend. Ignore me. But the way Chilwell goes forward, like I just got whips. That type of shit. Yeah, so yeah, it's interesting.
Cool. Next one's from FIFA.
Also, random keepers can't keep no more. They're bringing these 6'1" youths that could just kick the ball, but they can't.
They're so focused on everyone tries to play the same way now. So that focus on
Give me a 6'5" brother that could just get rebounds like flipping Rudy Gobert from the corners and save shots, bro. And just teach him how to ball back.
Basic passing, bro. I don't need you to do that.
Bro,
can you just claim the crosses?
That Salah,
can you just dominate when the ball's in the air?
Salah goal,
for me.
That Salah goal, my bro.
Yeah. You look like he dived in slow motion. Was it in the back of the net before he started diving? It feels like it was in the back of the net.
I don't even talk about it.
Before Nana started diving. It was weird.
You know what comment I saw recently actually it was under one YouTube channel I watched. Yeah, it says the greatest thing Pep ever did was convince everyone to play like he does, just so he can.
Because then he can beat them at his own game.
Literally,
that's a great point.
That is a dope comment because the man that have given Pep stress,
are the man who don't play the way he plays.
They play a rigid team. Don't get twisted, they defend for their lives, but that transition attack is brazy.
Yeah.
Klopp was the one that had him up at night.
Yeah, he's because Klopp was like, listen, you guys can do whatever you like, but you know, my team.
Where we get the ball?
These guys,
rock and roll.
We're on the ball. We're gonna give you nightmares like that. There's one game I think there's one rattled him the most when we beat City.
Was it the 4-3 game?
Was it? Oh yeah, that was the season before in the 17-18. But I was thinking 18-19 when we beat them in Champions League when Chamberlain scored. I mean, we were 3-up, and he was like, "What the hell have I?"
No, that game was nuts because like the flow of the game. There's one game you lot beat them, yeah. And I remember just the thing I remember about this game is just Trent hitting 4 passes that just didn't make any reasonable sense. And I felt like he was just showing off. Like one time the ball came to him, okay, I'm just gonna hit it on the half volley left foot. Here you go, Firmino. But the game, when you guys got the ball, the ferocity that you lot attacked is like you are a pack of tigers.
That peak Liverpool team.
And there's one game,
best
and there's one game at
insane.
Etihad, yeah, where I'm like, this might be the maddest football I've ever seen.
That
Was it when Firmino was Firmino styling and profiling?
Like the speed of which the ball was moving, it was like watching table tennis.
That was the
like,
best Premier
I was like,
game
no,
ever,
these
I
are
think.
two teams.
Yeah.
These are teams, bro. And it's still different styles, though.
Yeah.
It's different styles.
I want more of that. I think it's become a bit boring that everyone tries to do the same.
And they're not good at it. That's the
they're
worst
not.
thing.
Yeah.
They're
You don't
not
have the
even
skills.
good.
You don't have the players to play like this.
They're not even good.
Yeah.
Like Wolves trying to play like City.
Not even good.
Wolves trying to play like City. Can't score, can't defend.
Southampton will come up trying to play out from
Oh,
the
no,
back
Southampton-
against-
Oh, Burnley, company last year. Them niggas getting fucking.
Do you know what? Yeah, nah, Khalil. Yeah, I'm actually so happy you said Southampton. I don't know if people have been watching Southampton.
I haven't watched them
If you
yet.
watch Southampton,
I peeped the last
they
game.
are literally they're trying to play like a City, and they have no quality whatsoever to execute. Like,
Hey, does the Irish guy Benny, does he play for Southampton?
He used to. I don't know if he still does.
Oh, okay, cool. 'Cause
I was a
I'm
casual watcher last game, but yeah, they just got pressed. And
like
Who the hell do you think you are, man? No, serious. It's legit.
No, real talk. I mean, who's their
played
forward?
for Ipswich.
Armstrong is
Yeah.
a. I mean,
Oh, Armstrong's not hitting, man.
He was at Luton last season. He plays for Ipswich now.
Oh, okay, that's what he plays for. Because I remember Townsend on the broadcast was talking about him, so I thought, oh, that's another short black guy that plays for Southampton. My bad.
yeah, they got Ramsdale now, innit? So it's all good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is-
no,
is it?
they're going down.
Yeah.
Another relegation
Well,
on the
that
CV.
segues nicely into the next question from Fahi Farm. Shout out Fahi from Copend. Hello, brothers. Hope you're all having a blessed Sunday.
I love the way he always greets us.
Hello, brothers.
Yeah, I love it.
Now that the transfer window has closed and you've seen each team play 3 fixtures in the league, can we get top 6 and relegation predictions from each cast member? Thank you and God bless.
Okay, top 6. I think it's Arsenal.
Order.
Oh, okay, no. City, Arsenal, Liverpool. And I think the 4th one's difficult. I think I might go Villa because I don't trust Ange. And Chelsea, I need to see if Nicholas Jackson could be consistent and somebody else can go with Palmer's numbers.
Okay.
If somebody else can go with them, if they can get Felix playing weekend, I think they'll get into the top 4. If not Villa, Spurs, they just don't have enough outside of like 3-4 players in my opinion.
Okay. So Chelsea 5th, and then who you got 6th?
Chelsea, Villa, and then Spurs. That'll be the top 6.
Okay, cool.
In terms of relegation, who's come up again?
Southampton, Ipswich, and
Southampton are gone.
Southampton, Ipswich, and who's the 3rd one?
Leicester.
Leicester.
Yeah.
Oh, Leicester are definitely gone too.
Yeah.
And Everton.
Everton's one I had.
Everton.
I've got Everton in mind.
When Everton go, Pod, this is not guarantee.
I'll be here.
If Everton go,
I'll be
this is
here.
not makes is bringing a bottle of champagne to the
I'll
pod.
be
Why
here.
do you hate Everton?
They just everything about like English football fandom, they just exhibit like, oh, Everton, they're such a big club. Why?
They won the
Arteta money.
Champions
No,
League.
Mariah.
Where's the Arteta money, mate?
Every week.
Harold, where's the Arteta money? Mind you, they spent like 200 million since they sold Arteta. Where's the Arteta money?
And the thing is,
They didn't use it. That
they didn't even get a record fee. That's the funny thing. It was just like 10 mil. It's like we bought him for like.
Sigurdsson and Richarlison.
You know what I saw this summer, yeah? I saw some people online, Everton fans, they were living like, why didn't, like, I've been watching
Braithwaite.
I've been watching this Delict guy. Why didn't United go for Braithwaite?
Yeah.
They're like, I've never seen a club or fans more annoyed that someone didn't try and buy their own
Their
player.
best player. Why do you come and book us? You know what I mean? Why do you do one Brentford? No, they're insane. For me, champion City, 2nd Arsenal, 3rd Liverpool, 4th. I'm going to go with Chelsea. I think it's not for the quality that they have. They like top 4 should be the bare minimum, and I think Maresca will have them playing, even if he's not amazing, well enough that they'll get enough goals between the committee of Nico Jackson, Cook, Palmer, Madueke, Felix,
Mushrik.
Who?
Mushrik.
Yeah, no. Neto contributing and whatnot to finish top 4. Villa 5th, and then Tottenham 6th. I think all the promoted teams are going down, and Everton just stay up.
Once again.
17th. How about you, Khalil?
So before the season started, I said City first, Arsenal second. I had Liverpool third and Tottenham fourth.
Okay.
Now that things have switched a little, I'm going Arsenal 1, Liverpool 2, Spurs 3, and Villa 4th.
Where's City?
A lie?
Thing is, 50-point deduction is like difficult to come over. So if you factor that
That
in,
115 is not getting resolved this season. I promise you.
Yeah, man.
It's not getting resolved.
Look at me.
listen, I have to believe this is going to work. Otherwise, I'm going to do another off season of debating XG tables and how we're top of this and top of that, and there's going to be no parade. And I've already booked annual leave for my parade, so I need to go to a parade sometime around
Well,
May time.
you might have won the FA Cup.
It's not slapping like that in 2024. I gotta be honest. And
Let me tell
I
you-
enjoyed those.
Let me tell you, the Premier League forget it.
Why?
I'm not
You don't have faith in the legal capabilities of the Premier League, because I do. If
No,
I
no,
don't,
no,
I'm
no,
gonna
no.
go mad.
Where I work,
Right.
I know how much one of the barristers is getting charged per day to work on a City case, and that's one barrister. Them man are not losing. Them man are not losing. Them man are not losing,
the
bro.
only client. Just City all day.
Yeah.
City Monday to Friday, 9 to 9. Just focus on.
Funding the whole building.
That's it.
The whole building. The Man City lawyer. The Man City lawyer.
Bare files. Just bare
Bro,
files,
did
bro.
you see how many lawyers they brought up? It was like a World Cup squad.
What is the loophole in this regulation? Yeah, that's it. That's it. Proviso. Proviso? Well, actually, in Arab, proviso means spend as much as you want. So, actually, technically, when you consider the City owners are Arab and they would have read it in the Arab translation, we're within our
The
right.
Premier League lawyer be like, oh, but you guys said this is a company. We went to the company's address. It doesn't exist. They've got no staff. They gave you 7 billion. Yes, but if you look at your guidelines, nothing states having silent investors that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You just have, they're going to,
They weren't even trying.
And even if they can't win, they will absolutely bury the Premier League in a level of litigation they don't want to see.
So what the Premier League needs to do then, they need to start crowdsourcing lawyers. They need to put out appeals on Twitter and be like, hey, if you're interested in holding...
I'm not even
City
gonna lie.
Arsenal fans.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, exactly, man. There's bare of us out there. I know there's a few working in the
No, but I need to know.
big four
I need to know.
law
I
firms
need to know
somewhere.
the jurisdiction, because I'm not sure if I'm willing to eat 2 titles if I mean Arsenal get 2.
I am.
No, I don't think
I am.
I don't think I am.
Why?
I just don't like these youths.
I am.
Actually, I've got the happiness of Lewis and them, man, versus.
Why don't you care about your own happiness? That's what I'm not getting.
I'm always
That's
happy.
what he's wearing. That's what
I'm always happy. If I not win or lose, my life is fine. I'm thinking the Pogba victory lap I could do. Actually, no,
Well,
no, no.
we had victory lap though.
Huh?
He got to 115 charges, league titles.
Well, his Wikipedia would say honours, Premier League, 18, 19, and and then I'm gonna screenshot that, yeah, snippet tool because I'll be at work. Screenshot,
Yeah.
post it. Then I go to Steven Gerrard's career, and then I'll just put in he slipped once. slap it next to-
No, if City get these charges, if they're found guilty, then that means Liverpool 2013, 2014 are going to be part of it.
Thank you very much.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure it goes that far back.
Okay,
It
wait.
does, nah, because it's from 2012 their charges start. I'm pretty sure.
Do you know I got
2011,
league
2012
titles?
season.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all right.
I'm good. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm all right.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm all right.
I'm good at
Yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah.
I'm good at
I'm
that,
good.
man.
I'm good.
I'm good at
We'll
that.
keep it moving. I've already accepted a world where we didn't win them.
Yeah,
I'm all right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
keep
couple
it
more.
clean, man.
A couple more.
2 donuts.
Hey, the Jose Mourinho press conference after he gets a title will be fucking epic.
Yeah,
they actually might have to stream that.
Because he was going triple double when he got a second.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You'll look back.
he's going to claim a quadruple, isn't
say-
he?
The greatest achievement.
He said, when I said I achieved something great, they called me crazy. I was fighting not against just other teams. 115 charges I fought against. Bro,
No, I'm
That
telling you,
speech.
I'm telling you, those 2 personalities, Pep and Jose, I literally chop and change between them every day. Which is the most elite personality you've seen as a manager?
Jose's
Jose's peak.
peak.
But Pep
Jose-
is so sarcastic, bro.
Pep's one. I'm sick of these niggas. That's Pep. Pep is sick of these people. I remember when he flipped was when they asked him if he coach his players to do slide tackles. If he tried to do tackling, and that's when, from then on, he just spoke to the British press like they're dumb, innit?
Yeah.
But Jose's thing, yeah, he just had too many bars. Like, for example, the Conte one, I was thinking, what's he going to say to Conte? He goes, and out of nowhere, one thing, that they can never say about me.
Match
I got
fixing.
done on match fixing. I was like,
Conte's head was gone.
Or remember the Ronaldo Bell one? He goes, this guy talks about Marcus Rashford, the worst Premier League manager. 7 games, 7 defeats, no goals.
They didn't score.
I don't think they scored.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was that bad.
Right.
Do you know how many man he's put in a pack?
Everybody.
He goes, bro, he went to Wenger's 6.
The only one I don't think he put in a pack, Fergie. Respect.
But
respect.
That's a different thing.
Respect.
That's the OG. That's the OG. Back for OG.
Respect. I think he tried to say something about LVG, and LVG's like, I talked him off the books.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna do it with you, man.
Yeah. I remember with Wenger, you know, they always used to tussle. He could have been 4 year and that.
Yeah.
Bro, man, 6,000th game, or whatever game, 1,000th game, slapped man 6-0.
Hey,
Specialist in failure.
let's move on. Let's move on quickly to the next question.
How can you pack me 6-0 on my special day, my wife and my special shirt, special tie? You give me 6, come on the mic and call me a specialist in failure.
He packed up Wenger something suspicious. It was one time like, stop, he's already dead.
And the thing is, I was trying to release the Swans for Wenger, but Lewis kept on catching them.
Those ones.
Yeah.
A couple more.
Yeah.
One from Lil Spurs. Throughout the week, Disu claimed the Maddison is better than the best Ericsson. I need this thought to be taken back. Also, I don't know why Maddison is considered a great creator when Dele Alli isn't.
The last comment is so incredibly idiotic. I'm going to assume it's a troll. And in fact, for that comment, I don't think I could speak further because I was going to insult this person.
He sends his questions in regularly. Maddison's better than the best Ericsson, yeah? You want you to take that back?
Why I take that back?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, I like my players to be present in the games, not disappear. Sorry. And also he could dribble. He doesn't just stand on the spot and fling and set pieces and crosses. Sorry.
Fair. Baba Ronalds. It has been said that the average footballer now is better than the average footballer 20 years ago. However, it seems that the peak of talent back then is greater. Do you agree? And if you do or don't, why?
I agree the average footballer is better than the average footballer before.
But the peak is higher back then? Or
yes, because people are saying Vinicius is the best player in the world. And if that's the best player in the world, that's stuff for Allah.
But that's only for the last what, 2 or 3 years. Before that, we still got our Messis, we still got our Ronaldo.
Yeah, but I'm saying like that Messi.
But they're a bit of a track of the old. They're like, because they were playing in like what the noughties.
Yeah,
the end of the
2008, 2007.
So they're a bit of a cross of.
Yeah. Okay. Then the name.
I was gonna say Neymar.
Neymar, Hazard.
Yeah, but the Neymar, Hazard, Pogba generation is kind of going because they're like 30s, early 30s.
Yes.
But like a lot of these players have broken down because they've been playing consistent ball since they're teenagers.
Yeah.
So if De Bruyne in that generation as well, Salah, but Salah's flipping
Bale.
Yeah, Bale. Yeah, but Salah's a machine, so he's still kind of going strong.
Yeah.
But if you kind of get rid of that generation, like this generation, I'll say is the Mbappe, Dembele, Dembus, Haaland, Vinicius, Rodrigo,
Saka.
Saka.
Yeah.
Don't
Saka.
don't pull out for this. Saka is
Saka is there.
cemented.
Saka is there.
He's
What's
there.
the best?
Why?
He's there, bro.
Why is he
For
there?
this gen.
Why?
He's one of the best players of this generation.
Absolutely.
Is he?
Yeah.
Just because
I could say
Rashford
something
is
about the
washed, you
generation.
shouldn't take that out on Saka.
To say
man,
something
let's be
about
honest.
the generation, but he is
If
one of the
Saka
best.
is one of the, if we're talking about like one of the very best players in the world and Saka's there, this game is mudded. I need to take up baseball.
Have you not been watching the game? Because he very much is.
Right.
Anyway, NFL's back today, so thank God.
This is a joker, yeah, because you'll be right. Pause. You'll be riding for Saka on a private thing. But here,
Oh, is that how it is?
No. Saka's cold.
Why is he not one of the wait? Why is Saka not better than Rodrigo? Like, come on.
Because he's not spicy enough, innit?
No,
if it was Sakainho, then he's
Rodrigo's
cold.
one of the best players. He just plays for Madrid, so I just named Madrid players.
Okay.
If Rodrigo's out there, and barely these men don't rate you. Barely you look like these men are good players. I don't as best players in the world. Only ones I'm like, okay, cool, you deserve to be that title is like Haaland, because I think Haaland's going to go down as probably the greatest goal scorer of all time.
I fully agree.
Up there with Messi, Ronaldo, Pele, and Gerd Müller. They say the Pele numbers are, but we won't talk on that.
That's what they say. They are for gays, man.
And then you've got Mbappe,
Yeah.
and then Vinicius.
Vinny, you got to respect the output.
No,
you
I
have
feel the
to.
output, but the best player in the world. What if you get best player in the world? Let's think of the players we used to think of. These men aren't that though. They're just not. They're just not.
Ain't that.
And that's why I can't really respect it. Even though I think Saka's cold, he's a baller.
Yeah.
He's top class, but
Can't get behind it, no?
yeah, no, I can't.
Fair enough, man. Last question from Stina Swag. If every national team had 100% ethnics of that nation, i.e. England with people that are 100% English and no other country's ancestry like Rice or Kane do with Ireland, which team would actually be the best?
I think obviously Brazil will still be very much up there.
That's our first.
Are we counting Yugoslavia in this, or we're not going that far back?
We're not going that far back, bro.
Why do you even say that? Who would have played?
Because I'm just thinking about all them lot in one massive team, innit? All them.
I've always thought that, but let's remove that from this.
So what are you saying? Lewandowski and Sergio Milinkovic-Savic?
Yeah.
Shut up, please.
Yeah, who would be the best if you could
Brazil.
only...
Brazil.
Has to be one of the.
South Americans.
Nah, I was actually gonna say the French-speaking African countries.
Nah, but they're too... Like, they're not all from the same one, innit?
Yeah.
Like Guadeloupe,
Yeah, it's
Sur-
true.
like they're all from...
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say Surulere.
They're all from different ones. So there isn't one that I feel like...
And Nigeria have
I
a
was going to
nice
say
squad, though.
Nigeria will have a really nice one.
Well, because of the Nigerian lads, where's Gehi from?
Nigeria, though.
I'm not sure
I
where
don't
Mark.
think so.
I'm not sure where he's from, but I know England would have had Saka, Eze. There's Saka, Eze, potentially Olise, because I think Olise is it Olise?
No chance.
No, Musiala. It's Musiala. Yes,
Musiala.
No,
Musiala.
Olise is part Nigerian as well, is he? Not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know that.
Then there's Musiala.
I'm trying to
I said
think of-
Saka already.
Maybe I'm just claiming random guys, but I think he is.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Who?
Ivory Coast is Gehi.
Okay.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, that's the.
Nigeria have a tidy squad. I don't know who we're gonna get rid of Osimhen, but hopefully it's right.
It's been a rough week for Osimhen Incorporated. I can't lie, man.
Yeah.
Is that a firm? How they doing?
Yeah,
Oh, you remember?
Founded by
I was formerly a member.
founded by Khalil Cougs and O.
And Osimhen's mum.
And the family of Osimhen.
Osimhen Incorporated. Wow, the game is really gone. On that note, Khalil, Disu, Harold, that's always a pleasure. Do this again sometime, lads. Peace.